But you never know who'll show up.
In a new scripted Audible original.
Any advice?
Yeah, distill something whiskey can't.
The Boar's Nest, Sue Brewer and the Birth of Outlaw Country Music. Listen on Audible.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items launching exclusively at Lowe's, like the self-leveling laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect socket set for just $49.98. Get Klein tools in-store and online today. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon on a lovely Monday, or as we're calling the show online, Joey Clark Live. Beautiful thing is, here on this Monday, I'm not alone. My trusty sidekick, Eddie Bader, is in the studio. How you doing, Eddie?
Pretty good. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right.
Beautiful day out today.
It really is a nice day.
A little bit cool, not hot by no means.
Well, and I actually changed up my routine. I went and sat on the screen porch, the beautiful backyard that I manicured over the weekend.
Yeah.
I had to cut the grass. Though, in the middle of cutting the grass, I'm like, I make too much money to do this. I just want to.
So it begins.
I just want to pay a person. At this point, I know plenty of people out there in the lawn service business that it's like they can. I'd rather give them a little bit of my money.
Okay, there you go.
Like, I did not want to do it on Saturday.
I can understand why.
But I got up and I did it. And I thought, well, you'll feel better once you get up and accomplish a goal. Did not.
No.
I was still like, I was hanging out with my grandfather when we went to lunch, and I told him, like, I'm just in a foul mood today. I didn't know the reason. I feel better now.
Well, I figured that working out would have got that out of you in the, the lawnmower.
No.
Did you bag it?
Yeah.
I see why you don't want to do it anymore.
Mulching is actually not that tough.
No.
But no, and I didn't do the full thing. Like, I bagged it, front and back, but I did not edge. I need to edge.
I hope you put it in bags on the curb because that's the new law here in Montgomery.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, I don't put grass clippings just on the curb.
Oh, my bad. Forgot we're not in the gardens. My bad.
Yeah, no, we're in County Downs, baby, the good part.
Oh, y'all use the good trash bags, too.
Yeah, the big 39-gallon black ones with the blue ribbon ties. Yeah. I've even got this, like, plastic molded thing that you put inside the bag.
God, you got the hoop thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, I didn't buy it, my grandfather did, but it's,
smart man.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there going, I need to edge. I need to clip the hedges. They're growing.
Yeah.
Like, look at all this debris that already fell from the last storm in the backyard.
Happens.
It started piling up in my head. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Getting soft, Joey. God, you're getting soft.
What do you mean getting soft?
You're taking more manly things that you should be doing as a man away from you.
Why is it manly to come in smelling like grass and gasoline?
No, it's you taking care of your property, man. You're making sure it's right, up to your standards.
Fair enough.
Says a guy who has a couple different lawn companies that take care of his
I was about
property.
to say. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I got over that. I did it for a while, and yeah, I get you.
Now, apparently one of the big headlines out today on Drudge is that Americans are not enthusiastic about this upcoming election.
But,
are we surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
Especially the potential rematch between the old pervert man and the old pervert man.
Right, what's changed?
Nothing. And honestly, I am seeing red. Oh, and I saw the stuff coming out of this trial, the Trump trial.
Oh, yeah, man.
Come
on.
Oh, I get it. And I think I'm in pretty good control.
Yeah.
Can't imagine a person who's just like, Trump hung the sun and the moon for them.
Yeah.
Like how they feel about all this. But again, I think Americans are demoralized. You know, the show before us, Alabama Unfiltered, was talking at length about the law we've talked about. I support the particular legislation that, hey, let's have the filter.
Yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer.
And so, you know, kids don't
No-brainer.
easily just stumble across, you know, some hardcore
Same thing if
pornography.
you go to like a tobacco site, right?
Sure.
Alcohol site. Same thing that's
Right.
there.
Well, and we need to get over the era of like, are you 18 and older to get into the site?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even a speed bump.
So, yeah, a little bit of a filter, it's fine for me. But I will say, you do know, folks, especially if you want to get rid of all the porn, that most of our politics now is just pornographic.
Pretty bad.
In the sense that the way that we self-govern now with our elections, that's kind of like self-government.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we actually do things today is sort of like masturbation to sex. Like, it's not the real thing. And she doesn't actually like you, no matter how much you're paying her on OnlyFans. That's where we're at. And I think there are a lot of Americans getting wise to that. They don't necessarily know what to do
Right. You saw what happened
with
over
that
the weekend.
information. But the pretense of, oh, this is how our beautiful system works. And you're right, Eddie. We saw it over the weekend.
We saw it over the weekend.
What did we see?
Let's see, Saturday, they're putting in a little overtime. Hey, you think these guys are working? No. They're screwing you and me out of more of our money
Well, and
giving it away.
by Saturday, you don't mean just in the middle of the day Saturday.
No.
It was actually past midnight. Like, you know, the J.J. Cale
Yeah.
song, After Midnight. We're going to let it
Well,
all
after
hang
the-
out.
After they figured most Americans had gone to bed and forgot about it.
Right.
That's when.
I was still awake. I think that's why I woke up in a very foul mood Saturday
but
morning.
That's what these people are doing.
After midnight, they didn't let it all hang out. After midnight, they expanded their surveillance powers because the Fourth Amendment doesn't mean
matter.
anything. We're just trying to keep you safe. No, you're not.
Right.
No, you're not. You know, Tucker Carlson went on a beautiful rant. By the way, if you've not watched the Tucker interview with Joe Rogan, watch it. I think it was fantastic. There are some people in conservative land, like Ben Shapiro,
Yeah.
who's very upset about this. You know, we're actually very... Shut up, Ben! Shut up, shutting up!
Why
We're
is he
tired
so
of you.
bent about it? What is his problem?
That we must be the neocon hawks that the Republican Party has been since the beginning of the Cold War.
So-
We must be what William F. Buckley came up with National Review for a while. Well, we need a Leviathan here at home to fight the Leviathan abroad in the Soviet Union. And when that Leviathan fell, well, they found new justifications to continue to steal your wealth and your liberty.
Right. It was a great interview.
It was good.
If nothing else, start with just some clips and you'll get pulled in. Take a
And
clip.
one of the rants Tucker went on was, you're not trying to keep me safe. You don't care about my safety.
Right.
And that's becoming more and more obvious by the day. No, you're interested in, I almost said something else, servicing. I'll put it that way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Kind of like, you know, those ladies in Reno. Servicing the donor class.
Yep.
Servicing the people that fund your campaigns. And it's not about actually what Americans want, so throw out self-government. And it's certainly not about actually keeping Americans safe. Because we had FISA since the 70s. Did that stop 9/11?
Nope. So what
But
we
and
do
that's the
afterwards?
government for you. After 9/11, one of the biggest failures in American security in a generation, they get more money
Right.
and more power. It's
That's
almost
how
like
they
Al
justify it.
Qaeda was the shock troops for the people running the show in Washington. Now, this we can't have this sort of tone on a Monday, Eddie.
I don't know, dude.
That's where we're at. Because it wasn't just 702 being expanded. It wasn't just reauthorized, expanded.
Right.
To now where every mom and pop shop that provides you Wi-Fi, if the NSA or the CIA wants them
Puts them
to
on the hook.
comply,
Put them on the
they
hook.
are required to comply, and they're not allowed to tell you about it. Oh, by the way, this is a surveilled. Now, what if Americans just started speaking up?
That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
And I know we're not there yet, but one of the things that kind of changed my attitude a few weeks ago when everything was just down and gloomy, I didn't think we were ever going to pull up, is finally more Americans are not just figuring it out, but they're looking for answers, and they're going to find them, and we're going to get together on this. There's not a doubt in my mind more than ever. And if it takes Trump, then so be it. But at this point, he's just a vessel.
Right?
He's just a vessel. But right
Exactly
now, we
right.
don't have one. We have nothing. But at least with Trump, we know that they can't stand him. And he I hate to say it, but he's going to burn some folks at the stake, and I'm fine with that.
Well, whatever it takes in terms of let's throw the human hand grenade that is Trump at the system. Let's do it again.
He has my back and your back more than any of those other folks out there. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I'm not even worried about my back. I just want to see, I'm at the point where, this is not a legitimate system. This is a thoroughly corrupt system. Corruption is the system.
Yep.
And for all the little Lifetime movies you see on corporate news and all these, narratives that you still believe in your golden years now, they're lying to you. Stop participating in it. Stop participating in the lie, which actually, back to my original point, I think there are a lot of Americans who are, pretty upset and realize the system that we have has been a lie for a long time. But that's the beginning of changing something when you get out of denial.
But it's a painful, and it was for me too, but it was a painful realization.
Now, looking at this is a write-up from Jeff Poore from a couple days ago. As House Speaker Mike Johnson is receiving accolades from centrist Republicans, some Democrat politicians, and talking heads in the mainstream media, his own caucus is not lining up behind him on the foreign aid package passed Saturday. Yep, they didn't just expand FISA. They put $95 billion out the door, including $61 billion for Ukraine. Hey, by the way, save all the headlines from today and this week. This means we're going to be able to beat the Russians, or they're going to be able to push them back. This means Russia's going to lose because of American and European support. That's the last thing you said when we sent the money before. It's like, well, we need more.
Yep.
And I don't care if you have advanced weapons that you think are some silver bullet that's going to allow you to engage in asymmetrical warfare. I don't think the Russians like it. And are we ready to actually field a massive army there in Ukraine? I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm at the point where I feel like I'm being lied to constantly. Yeah. And it isn't about keeping me safe or keeping the people I love safe. And it certainly isn't in my interest to continue to be stolen from through taxation directly and through the back door through inflation, while America's standing in the world continues to sink into the mud. Not my problem. In fact, I feel that way about so much of this stuff. Like, I wish Israel well. It's not America's role to go fight for him. I wish Taiwan well. Why don't we get busy building superconductor industries here in the U.S. if we're so worried about it?
How many years?
China ain't giving up Taiwan.
Right. How many years we've supposed to have been worried about it?
Right. I'm at the point where I don't believe the foreign policy establishment, even when I'm convinced that the issues are real, say like semiconductor manufacturing. I'm still like, well, let's find a better solution than continuing to threat war and enrich the military-industrial complex. Don't you know how many jobs that gives Alabamians? Great. It's wonderful to see how Americans can be bought. But this $95 billion spending package included $61 billion for Ukraine, $26 billion for supporting Israel, and $8 billion for American allies in East Asia, primarily Taiwan, to defend against an increasingly aggressive China.
How much went to Americans, you and me?
It went to a lot of military contractors. A lot of that money doesn't even leave our shores. It just goes into, Raytheon and Lockheed and Boeing. And, you've got some of those plants in Alabama. So why are you complaining, you hick?
They just paid them a little better. It'd be nice.
But apparently, Alabama's congressional delegation, was a little mixed on the package.
Oh?
Yeah. With unanimity on Israel funding. All of them wanted the Israel funding, but mixed on Ukraine and East Asia.
Yeah, they're mixed.
So the Israel Security Supplemental, everybody in the House of Representatives from Alabama, including Terry Sewell, voted yay.
Okay.
Yes. Now, Ukraine Security Supplemental Appropriation, Jerry Carl voted nay. Barry Moore, who defeated Jerry Carl in this primary, also voted nay. Fascinating. Right. Mike Rogers voted yes. Not surprising at all. Robert Adderholt voted yes. Much to my surprise, though, Dale Strong, the guy from up in Huntsville, replaced Mo Brooks when Mo tried to grab the brass ring and go for the Senate. Dale voted nay. Good job, Dale.
Good job.
Gary Palmer voted nay. All right, he's really your congressman now, right?
Yes, he is.
All right, Gary. And Terry Sewell voted yes.
That's not surprising.
Because Democrats just do what the team wants.
That's it. That's why they keep winning.
Jerry Carl voted yay on the Indo-Pacific Security Supplemental Appropriation. Barry Moore voted nay. Thank you, Barry. I'm going to miss you as my congressman. Mike Rogers voted yes. Robert Aderholt voted yes. Dale Strong voted yes. Gary Palmer, yes. Terry Sewell. Oh, yeah. So it's good to see some diversity of thought within our House delegation.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired of this government pretending like they actually give a damn about our consent and give a damn about our safety. It's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
And the things they present to you on TV are so often just as bad, if not worse, than the pornography they're trying to pump in front of your children. It's rotting your dopamine centers. Makes you feel like I'm part of something, like I'm powerful. But are you accomplishing much with that? No.
Spinning my wheels.
272-9228. You know, I was going to try to be happier than this today because it is a lovely, lovely Monday. But I find myself, the more I think about what the Congress did over the weekend, thinking, I'm so done with y'all. And, you know, the latest in the electioneering going on, the criminal prosecutions that are very serious about justice of Trump. Well, the opening statements were today. We'll probably cover some of that tomorrow with Judge Knapp. Now, Biden, in a new NBC poll, is leading in a new tight race, according to NBC News. Now, we got to remember the polls condition the polls. The whole point of putting all this polling out there for you after paying for it, all these media institutions, whether it's a poll showing Trump ahead or a poll showing Biden ahead, these polls are meant to condition the eventual poll that'll actually happen in November. Again, this is the way they've hacked elections, that they know how to control your ideas, your mind. They know most Americans are pretty passive about it. So let's just pump what the narrative is, and that will actually decide. Occasionally they're surprised, but they've got it pretty figured out.
You want a real poll? Take it at the gas station.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but the share of voters, here's the big headline. The share of voters who say they have high interest in the 2024 election has hit a nearly 20-year low.
Okay.
This is according to the latest NBC News poll, with majorities holding negative views of both President Biden and former President Donald Trump. Hey, NBC, you should ask the people what they think of NBC.
Ooh.
The poll is also showing Biden trimming Trump's previous lead to just 2 points in a head-to-head contest, an improvement within the margin of error, as Biden bests Trump on the issues of abortion and uniting the country, while Trump is ahead on competency and dealing with inflation. Well, he might be incompetent, and he might be leading to, economic ruin with all this inflation, all these wars overseas, but at least Biden's uniting the country.
I gotta disagree pretty strongly on that. Gotta do a little pushback on that one.
And we'll get to the whole abortion thing in a little bit, because a new ad was dropped.
Oh?
From Gavin Newsom of California.
What a dush.
And it's about abortion laws in Alabama.
I think I saw the clip.
Yep. So we'll have to play that a little
They're
later.
fearful.
Yeah. Well, and also the way they depict it is like, we don't have that many state troopers. What are they talking
we're
about?
always short, state troopers.
Right. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But
You got
this
a good one,
poll finds inflation and immigration topping the list of most important issues facing the country. Huh. As just 1/3 of voters give Biden credit for an improving economy.
I think that's kind of pushing
Why don't they ever ask in these polls, do you think the United States government is a legitimate institution morally and
They're
constitutionally?
not allowed to ask those kinds of questions.
Because I think that would start to understand how the American people feel, why we're not real happy. It's a 20-year low in high interest,
We only
whatever
have
that
time.
means.
We only have time for yes or no questions.
But what also stands out in the survey is how the low voter interest in the independent candidacy of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Could scramble what has been a stable presidential contest with more than 6 months until Election Day. While Trump holds a 2-point edge over Biden head-to-head, Biden leads Trump by 2 points in a 5-way ballot test, including Kennedy and other third-party candidates. Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling like an idiot over there?
Because that is the most BS you spouted the last 2 minutes. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
what about my rant against Ben Shapiro telling him to shut up? That was kind of full of it.
This here,
Yeah?
this is, I know is a lie. I know is a lie.
But do you want to do like the anecdotal voter quotes?
Okay.
All right. This is from a guy named Devin Fletcher.
Ah, Fletcher.
He's 37 from Wayne, Michigan. And he says, quote, I don't think Biden has done much as a president. And if Trump gets elected, I just feel like it's going to be the same thing as it was before Biden got elected.
Good times?
I don't know why Devin of Michigan sounds like that, but that's how it came out.
Was it bad times while Trump was president? Was there something besides the mean tweets? Were there other things going on I was unaware of?
Well, Fletcher adds something. He says, I just don't feel like I have a candidate that I'm excited to vote for. Yeah, you and everybody else,
Yeah,
Fletcher.
get in line.
Another poll respondent from New Jersey who declined to provide her name. Yeah, good
Smart move there.
That broad
Cookie.
over that, yeah. And then voted for Biden in 2020, said she wouldn't be voting in November. Our candidates are horrible.
Well, that,
I have no
I'm
interest
fine
in
with
voting
that.
for Biden. He did nothing, and I absolutely will not vote for Trump.
Just stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Stay home.
Democratic pollster Jeff Horwit of Hart Research Associates, who conducted the survey with Republican pollster Bill McInturf.
Okay.
It's really MC Mick, Mac, INTURFF. What a name. I don't think that's a real person.
I don't think that's his government
I don't
name.
think that's a real person. They're just making it up.
McBoat.
Americans don't agree on much these days, the two pollsters say, but nothing unites the country more than voters' desire to tune this election out. Interesting. We just going to mark that up to apathy,
I
or
haven't talked to many people that are not, doesn't have this election on their mind one way or the other. With
yeah, because
decisions
we're
that
being
they-
forced to have it on our
well,
mind.
well, I mean, just like with decisions they're going to make in the future. Well, a lot of things are dependent on the election. I mean, most people I talk to, that election is definitely on their radar. Top 5
Now-
things.
No, but here's the deal. All these headlines,
Mhm.
this is how full of
Oh, I agree.
they are. It said, according to the poll, 64% of registered voters say they have high levels of interest in November's election. Still a pretty high number.
64, that's an F in Alabama.
But like in 2024, right now at this point in April,
Mhm.
64%. In July 2020, 77% were interested. 69% were interested, nice, in 2016. In 2012, 67% were highly interested. And in 2008, 74% were highly interested. So, must be a slow news day.
Where are they getting their numbers from?
272-9228. It's 272-9228. Hey, do we know how our senators voted? I couldn't find that.
I was hoping you would know that, Joey. I kind of lean on
You
you
were
for
you
that.
were leaning on me. I didn't
wasn't.
look into that. I was too busy watching Tucker with Joe.
Man, it was good.
It was good, especially the whole Nixon thing.
I'm telling you, I've never heard it put that way.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That essentially, Woodward and Bernstein. So Bob Woodward was a naval intelligence officer,
Right.
and all of a sudden he gets hired by the Washington Post, and this huge story is dropped in his lap, and the main contact is like what, the deputy of the CIA,
Yes.
and that
Woodward-
all of the people that broke into Watergate, other than one person,
Right.
were part of the CIA.
and Woodward is a brand new reporter.
Well,
Well, how likely is?
not likely.
Yeah.
And yet, let's make movies about all the president's men. Don't you want to
Man.
become a journalist too, so you can take down incredibly popular presidents that are inconvenient to the deep state? Because this is what Tucker and Joe got talking about, a clip of Nixon talking on the phone. Of course,
Yeah.
it's bugged. This is a big part of the Watergate trials and impeachment, the investigations, where he essentially says, I know why they killed Jack.
Yep.
And you have a lot of Americans who were around then, who were paying attention, who said that's the day the Republic died.
Yep.
But don't pay attention to these stupid conspiracy stuff. I'm just a schmuck on the radio. I mean, what Eddie's like a real estate guy. What do we know? What does
Apparently we know-
anybody know?
Apparently, we know a little too much about realism because what we're going through today is just it's bizarro world. Joey.
It really is bizarre world. But in good news, Trump's $175 million bond is allowed to stand despite attacks from the AG there of New York State.
And they got on him about his gag order too, right? Or something said about that. And I got a feeling he is not going to go by any sort of gag.
Yeah, apparently Trump is fuming in the courtroom when he's not asleep. He's fuming.
What do you want
Like,
from the guy?
I know. And have you seen these courtroom sketches?
No, I have not.
You've not seen the courtroom? Oh my goodness!
They
I'm
get him all
pulling this
red
up
faced
now.
and stuff.
No, it's kind of like amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like they're trying to make him look like the bad guy, and then Americans are going, I kind of think Darth Vader's cool. You know what I mean? Let's see. Trump.
They are
quotes.
doing all they can do to continue, and it's so obvious. Everybody understands it now. Everybody knows the scam, but the scam continues.
According to Rolling Stone, Trump is privately rage, rage about his the sketch artist, how he's depicting him. I ain't the guy. What a pervert. But here is, I'll pull it up, put it on the stream.
All right.
And again, folks, you can always go to Joey Clark Live on the Twitter X or on YouTube, or at the Joey Clark on Twitter X, or just watch us on Facebook, or, you know, something to that effect. But here it is, Eddie. I'm pulling it up now.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Is that like the new anime
Yeah, I mean,
series that's coming
kinda
out?
cool.
Dropping on Netflix?
I like how the
soon?
flag, even in the background, the colors on the flag. I like the look on his face there.
Right.
I don't think that's too bad.
Actually,
man.
Trump anime ain't a bad idea. Where, like, you know, it's right before he's gonna, like, take out, like, you know, remember where he reached on January 6th and, like, karate chop? Like the Secret Service agent, like, go to the Capitol.
Go to the Capitol.
But
Right.
before that, like, anime, a lot of these work where before he, like, his hand in slow-mo actually hits the guy,
Yeah.
it goes into a backstory monologue of Trump's motivations.
Just remember why I don't watch anime.
Yeah, well, it's pretty emotional. But that's what that's reminded me of.
Actually,
Look at that thing.
I could see where Trump being Trump, he would not like that, but that's pretty good. What would be really good? Give me a copy of it. Give me a signed copy of it. We'll put it on eBay. We'll raise some money.
Yeah, this is just.
They're obviously trying to make him look, you know, scoundrelous, but
Yeah, I kind of think it looks cool.
yeah, it kind of looks cool. Yeah.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Don't fume behind the scenes, Trump. If that's a true story, can we trust Rolling Stone?
Not anymore, brother.
Could we trust them even back in the day?
Back in the day when I worked at a music store and I thought Rolling Stone magazine was the greatest thing ever. Now I feel like such a fool.
Oh, like look at this one.
Billboard charts. all
This side profile shot. Now, look at that one. Ooh.
Oh, he looks angry.
Yeah, he looks like Don Johnson of Miami Vice.
Also looks like, is that his hair going down his back a little bit there?
Yeah, they're making it look like he's got a mullet. Now, that side profile is menacing.
That's pretty cool, though. I still don't think that's bad. And I don't think Trump is a strong man. He likes seeing pictures of a strong man like himself looking strong.
Strong.
Pretty good, man.
Eddie, you know this part of the program?
Yeah,
Brought to you by Pest Pro Services, folks.
I know those folks do.
You too?
Yep. In fact, I'll be seeing them this week, Joey.
Really?
They're coming out for our, every 3-week mosquito spray.
All
and I got to be
right.
honest. All right, so it's been right at 3 weeks. Towards the end, I saw a couple of mosquitoes, but we were out there again all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Had guests out there the past week. Nobody has said anything about getting bit by mosquitoes. The only issue I've had is that possum who stole that dang feeder, and I guess I got to figure that out.
Still hadn't caught him?
No, but you know what? He ain't feeding out that feeder no more because I ain't put a new one out there. So
Oh, that's smart.
tricks on
And
him.
you got him.
Yeah, I did. But I'm so glad because when they do come out, it's like having an extra pair of eyes, man. They walk the property for me. If they see anything that might need my attention, whether pest control related or not, they let me know, man. It's, again, great folks. And they're locally operated, locally owned.
Well, and they've grown leaps and bounds in the last
heck
few years
yeah.
for all these reasons. They can help you out again with mosquitoes, termites, fire ants, any sort of pest control problem. In fact, you might as well make them your everyday pest control company.
Works for me.
So call them at 265-9990. Again, that number for Pest Pro Services, 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie from the radio sent you. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group. Have you ever considered turning your home into a rental and build wealth at the same time? People throughout the river region are doing that right now. By investing wisely in the right property or turning your current home into a rental, is the secret. Hiring a property manager to professionally manage your property is the way to prosperity. Our company does all of the advertising, personally showing prospective tenants, does a thorough background check and credit report before moving forward. Over 15 critical services are provided to our clients in protecting the asset, but also providing the best residence in your home possible. Collecting rent on time and frequent inspections help landlords feel better about renting their house, and to provide clean, well-kept homes that anybody would be proud to call home. For a complete list of property management services, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk. Hey man, Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money? Well, like most smart folks, we call David Ernest. You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist? That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. I see. Yes, he is our preferred money man. The money man with the money plan. You've been paying attention. Well, could you give us those numbers one more time? 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man. Oh, what's that? I'm not an elk. Not an elk, huh? Well, then, pray tell, what are you? Knights of Columbus. I am not even going to make a comment. Well, the baby liked it.
At Guardian Credit Union, we believe that banking should be personal, just like the relationships we build with members. Imagine a place where you're not just a credit score, but a valued part of our community. At Guardian, our dedicated team takes the time to listen, understand, and tailor financial solutions that fit your unique needs. From buying a car to saving for college and even starting a small business, we've got you covered. Come experience the Guardian difference and let's achieve your financial goals together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Join Jones Drugs on Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 2 as they partner with the police department for the National DEA Drug Take-Back event. Come by the parking lot of the Bradville, Millbrook, Montgomery, or Phoenix City location and bring your unwanted, unneeded, or expired prescriptions. That's Saturday, April 27th, 10 to 2. Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to get your cooling system ready for the long, hot summer. Call today about the advantages of the Clark Club membership to be sure you're covered. Call 277-2125. Better call Clark. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Our days are much cooler and our nights are downright chilly, at least for the first half of this week. Today, cool sunshine with a high temperature only near 70. Clear, cold tonight, jacket weather, overnight low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, a little warmer, comfortable by the afternoon with a high around 77. Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s with more sun, and mid-80s return on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASE Credit Union, financing your next adventure is easier than ever with rates as low as 5.25%. Apply online or visit your local branch today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm Joey Gizetti.
Hey, buddy.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. That's 272-9228. And turn down the music, hippie. Or cowpokes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I mean, that's some picking there. But
That is some good picking.
Like, it's all right. It's a little out of rhythm. But 272-9228. So did y'all watch any more of the Mayor Stephen Reed press conference on Happy Hour?
No,
Greg?
we really didn't. Nah. Yeah, Greg, it was Friday.
It seemed uneventful. Like he wasn't too forthcoming.
Did it surprise you? I think a lot of people were looking for...
Well, like an explanation, why did the chief resign? And it finally was kind of pulled out of him by the reporters.
Why don't you go read the letter?
Over sexual harassment, yeah. And he was saying he didn't know about, this until like last month. I'm like, I don't believe you, man.
I can't believe you on that, but...
Well, we get we get complaints all the time. And it's like, really? Yeah. And Kevin Elkin's show and my show and the Montgomery Advertiser also did, interviews.
And the lawsuit.
Yeah, and that's been going on for a little while.
The
EEOC complaint.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, deny. Bill Clinton has perfected that, and everybody's kind of learned and finished to do it. It seems to work, right?
So my hope is, again, much to some people's chagrin, I don't see my job as to dog out the mayor. What I want is the city to be safe and people to feel safe in the city.
Sure, I think that's what everybody wants.
And what have we been talking about this for, a decade now, that you need good schools and a safe city?
Yeah.
How we doing?
Not so good.
Right.
But, hey, we gave the school some more money. Don't we have another report card of that coming out soon of the progress? I know the first one wasn't so great. So maybe this next time around will be better. If not, we're going to take the money back, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of like the report cards you got in school. They don't matter.
Oof.
This goes on your permanent record, son.
Oh, I could care less about permanent record. I had to show my dad.
Oh,
it
that
mattered.
Oh,
and then I had a little nerd
Even
sister.
when you were in kindergarten, he's like, what's this S?
No, kindergarten was fine. Those were my golden years.
You're right. You led the class in gold stars,
Yeah,
so you
that
could
was
get
my-
ice cream before
that was
everybody
my
else.
golden years, baby.
Did they do that sort of incentive structure?
They did, and also on your birthday, and Miss Annis was my kindergarten teacher. On your birthday, you got a Hostess cupcake.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, it was great. Kindergarten was great.
I believe I saw my third grade teacher stop by the house to see my grandfather, but Lori Gully.
Is that right?
Miss Gully. Yeah.
Third grade teacher. Miss May.
Now, I remember kindergarten, Miss Piccolo. I don't remember second grade. I think fourth grade was Miss Ramsey.
I remember first grade with Miss Stutz. I remember seventh grade, or Capitol Heights. That's when teachers seemed to have charisma. Like we had Coach Bowman. He was a great
What?
teacher. Charisma?
Charisma? Really?
They weren't just there to, they had some personality. They weren't just there to teach
The
you.
creep on the young girls?
I'm sure there were a few of them. Oh, looking back, I'm sure.
Yeah, I look back on some memories, and
yeah.
you're like, especially with adult eyes, like grown man eyes, you're like, oh, that dude.
Oh, grown man ears, go back and listen to some 80s songs.
Right. Oh, she's my cherubim.
She's only 17.
Yeah.
Seven.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Creepo Factory.
Sister Christian. Motorin.
Hey, don't you put them down.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Put down Night
It's a good song. It really is. But, how are we doing in Montgomery? How are we doing in Alabama in terms of our city's violent crime rates? Because it looks like Mobile's got issues.
Right. That's something going on down there. I just realized this weekend, and I don't know much about it. 1819 did a story about it, but I'm still a little bit lost on it. But I don't think so good, man. I think we can do better. Lots of room for improvement.
Yeah.
I know in the private, that's what kills me. In the private sector, you just don't put up with the same kind of stuff you put up in the public sector. In the private sector, if I have a leader that can't lead, well, we get him gone. In the public sector, we don't have any recall. We don't have anything. We just have to take it. And as an older guy, that's kind of getting old.
You're tired of taking it?
Yeah, man. Break off a little something for me once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just heartbreaking especially like what we saw. I can't get Frida Owens out of my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And the speech she gave there about her daughter, Amy Dix,
How?
at the city council meeting last Tuesday. I just can't get it out of my mind.
And with that being said, listening to that, if that had happened to my child, there's no way I could have held it together as
Right.
long as she did and as
Right.
professional as she handled. I couldn't.
Right.
I applaud her because there's no way I could do
But, you know, given I couldn't get it off my mind, this is what I wrote. It should come out tomorrow.
Okay.
Or over the weekend. It should come out tomorrow at 1819 News. And I begin with a quote from a guy named Roger Scruton. Do you know that fellow?
Not off the top of my
No,
head.
he's a philosopher.
Ah.
And British philosopher.
Okay.
Died not too long ago. Pretty modern. And he's one that has a more conservative bent despite being a philosopher. A lot of philosophers these days aren't all down with the God religion thing.
Right.
But there are more and more who are.
Okay.
Who are giving, I think, more of a legitimacy. You can be intellectually legitimate and still engage in theology. And so this quote from Roger Scruton, it's a pretty well-known one. I brought it up on the show before. It's from an essay called Effing the Ineffable. And
Okay.
it kind of goes through how, like, you know, whether it's Thomas Aquinas or Kierkegaard or so many others, they come to the conclusion that for all the words they wrote, I mean, and a lot of words they wrote, those two guys in particular, they realized the truth of this world and the foundations of it is somewhat indescribable, ineffable. You can't really put it into words. And so that's where I'll start here. It says, quote, anybody who goes through life with open mind and open heart will encounter these moments of revelation, moments that are saturated with meaning, but whose meaning cannot be put into words. These moments are precious to us. When they occur, it is as though on the winding, ill-lit stairway of our life, we suddenly come across a window through which we catch a sight of another and brighter world, a world to which we belong, but which we cannot enter. Now, folks, when climbing the winding, ill-lit stairway of our life, our words may very well fail to fully capture the depths of meaning we can experience, from our most precious revelations to our most intense joys and deepest woes. Yet, though our words never quite suffice, they are sometimes all we have in the midst of our troubles, even after we pass from this world to the indescribable beyond. If I had to nominate one word most worthy of the task of saying what can never be said, the one word closest to expressing a grace from a world that always escapes our tongues, that word would be Mama. It's the word cried most often from our cradles and at the doorstep of our graves. Mama, Mama, I've been shot. I'm going to die. Those are the words Frida Owens heard over the phone on what had been a normal Friday afternoon in Montgomery, Alabama. It was her daughter, Amy, on the line. Mama, I love you. I can't move. I love you. Take care of Ella. Amy Dix was shot by a stray bullet while simply waiting at a stoplight on the afternoon of April the 12th, 2024. Caught in the crossfire, she was struck by a bullet never intended for her, a bullet that ripped through her shoulder, hit her rib and lungs, and then severed her spinal cord. At the Montgomery City Council meeting following the shooting, members of the community, especially Amy's friends and family, showed up in force to demand accountability and more police action by the city government to combat the rise in shootings. Mama, get up. Put your clothes on. We're at the hospital. Those are the words Zelma Perkins heard from her daughter-in-law, the wife of her stepson, or the wife of her son, Stephen. Once at the Huntsville Hospital, Zelma saw her other son, Nick, waiting for her. Zelma knew something was wrong. Mama, he said, Stephen didn't make it. Stephen Perkins was shot and killed on his front lawn in the middle of the night on September 29th, 2023. Former Decatur police officer Mac Bailey Marquette is charged with his murder and has pleaded not guilty in the case. The officer-involved shooting occurred after an altercation between Perkins and a man who was trying to repossess his truck. Members of the community characterized the scene as a careless ambush by the Decatur police, especially after officer body cam footage was leaked to the public. 6 months after Perkins' alleged murder, protests continue, as do calls for accountability from city leaders. 2 different mothers, 2 different communities, 2 different tragedies that nonetheless remind us of how unspeakably fragile life can be. Though Amy Dix survived her life-threatening injuries, her life will never be the same. A mother herself, she is now paralyzed from the breast line down. Yet her spirit remains undaunted despite the unknown. I don't know what God has in store for me, Dix wrote in an update a few days after the shooting. But I am thanking him for allowing me the ability to keep my mind, my voice, and my arms to hug. What remarkable gratitude and grace. What a lesson in humility that no matter how much is lost, there is still much left over which to rejoice. But what of those who have completely lost a life? What of a mother who has lost her child? What could ever provide solace when one's son is so suddenly ripped from this world? One day I was walking through the house. Since he's been gone, Zelma Perkins told a Huntsville TV station, holding a card her son had given her in the past. And I tell you, when I picked it up, it just kind of floored me. And the way he said it, he said, "I love you like no other, Mama." It's a treasure for me, and how he gave thanks to the Lord. Some moments are so saturated with meaning that they cannot be put into words. Our grief can especially consign us to silence. Yet even after we are gone, sometimes a simple word left behind can offer a window to rejoice in another and brighter world, a world to which we belong, but which we cannot enter.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Reward yourself and your home with beautiful new flooring from Georgia Floors Direct. Since 1969, GFD has guaranteed the lowest prices on the largest inventory of all types of flooring. Visit or call today. Georgia Floors Direct, Eastern Boulevard, across from Lowe's.
Hey, this is Lyle from Margaret's Exquisite Jewelry, and I do my radio advertising on Blue Water. I'll tell you what, I use most of the stations, and I've been using it for so long. It's hard to tell with the money you spend on advertising if it does any good. When they come in and say, "I heard you on the radio," I know it's Blue Water, and I love Blue Water.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Before we continue on this part of the program, brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, well, men, you better listen up because they're ready to help you. And in particular, there are 2 problems that tend to bedevil men as they get older in life. You know what I'm talking about, Eddie. I mean, not personally. I'm not accusing you of anything. Sorry.
Sure.
Just got to be careful. You got to be careful with this ad. But it's nothing to be ashamed about. If it's true, if you have erectile dysfunction,
it happens.
Don't put off getting it fixed.
Right.
And maybe that ED or other issues you're experiencing, other symptoms, could be part of an underlying problem like low testosterone. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to educate you, help you. They've built up this clinic just for men who don't really want to, find themselves at the doctor. They're created just for guys like us. And the reality is, pills often quit working, and guys start making excuses for coming to bed. Did you know that studies show that men will be more irritable and argumentative before bed just to avoid failing at intimacy? So if you're lacking energy, motivation, drive, including a loss of sex drive. You're always tired, feel like you're walking through your life in a fog. Knowing whether you have low testosterone is huge in combating some of these issues. The providers at Montgomery Men's Health will conduct a testosterone-focused lab workup plus a consultation for only $99. And Montgomery Men's Health has low T treatments that can truly change lives. Men can experience higher energy, better gains in the gym. Brother. That's right, brother. Better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns, a faster metabolism. You usually even notice an increased libido. You can actually book the same day that you call. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and hit your goals this year. That number, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today. Oh, Red Top's called back.
Yep.
Guess we'll take a call. Hey,
All right.
Red Top. How you doing?
Well, hey, let me lift up the spirit, Doc. That was scary, that last stuff, and I admit it's very horrible and a tough subject. But
yes,
I want to get on some nice stuff.
So, potential
weekend.
massive war in the Middle East? That's where we're going?
Well, buddy, we ain't heard nothing. It's been very quiet, and I will make the statement again. Israel's complete repelling of 300 missiles, or excuse me, 297 has changed the world of warfare. People are going to be looking at missile attacks a lot different from now on.
Okay.
And I think people are going to be thinking twice about wasting their money on something like that. And that's got to be the biggest ticket item in the world right now, missile protection systems. Wouldn't you reckon, Joey? Whoever's making that's going to make some damn money.
People definitely want the Patriot system or the Arrow system or the Russian S-500, S-400. Like, these sort of things are effective. I'm just, if the Iranians really want to put some missiles there on the ground on target, I think they'd be able to do it.
Well, I'll tell you, they ain't going to do it, Joey. They're going to get annihilated if they mess with the Jews. They are not one-tenth as savvy as that. And so...
Well, I'm feeling happier already.
Well, I know that wasn't going to make you feel happy. But one thing I'm getting tired of is this Bronze Age, Old Testament crap. They got weapons named David's sling and all this biblical stuff. I'm ready to get rid of the damn Old Testament in the Bronze Age. It was a long time ago. And
then if you try to do that, I think you're going to get worse than the Iranians.
Well,
and isn't also the New Testament the fulfillment of the law and the prophets in the Old? And thus it's a pretty important part of the story?
There were at least 7 Catholic factions when the Bible was written that Constantine eliminated that wanted to leave the Old Testament out because of the same reasons why I talk about it. It's all bad karma, bad stuff, chosen people, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a twisted sense that I don't think represents me as a Catholic or Jesus. So I feel that's a misrepresentation.
So no more Genesis, no more Exodus, no more books of wisdom, Job, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, none of that?
No, this is 2024, 4,000 years ago.
Well, there's nothing new under the sun, kind sir.
There's nothing new under the sun, kind.
Yeah.
Yes,
and other than the kind sir part, that's, part of the Old Testament.
Yeah, okay, but, again, we don't believe the earth is flat anymore, do we, Joey? But they did
No, but, seriously, is there not worth the reading the poetry, say, of Lamentations to understand the death of a city and death of a people after Jerusalem's destroyed by Babylon? I think there's insights there in the same way that you could read any history or read any great story.
Well, I just don't feel we're moving forward. We're getting nowhere. So, is it really
Well, how
helping
can
at
you
all?
move forward if you don't know where you've been?
Okay, all right. And I understand where you're coming from, and I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. I can wash myself of all this stuff and move on because I think the world is great and there's a lot of good things happening. And maybe, Joey, it's just because I bought a new 12-string acoustic electric guitar this week.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, that's some fun.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Grinning
buddy.
and picking, baby.
And you ain't kidding. Damn, it sounds good, and I got to steal all the thing. And I didn't want to tear up my 53-year-old fender on taking it out on the road.
You know,
I
and
hated
ever
that.
since I learned the beginning of Over the Hills and Far Away by Zeppelin, I always wanted to, because it first is a regular acoustic, and then a 12-string comes in and doubles it. And, you know, so much of their music, and so much music from the classic rock era, not just country music as well. I mean, a lot of that 12-string just shimmering sound. It's really fun to play.
Well, I play a 12-string because I got big-ass bass player fingers, and I can't even feel the one string on a 6-string. Also, let me tell you, Olympics coming up. I watched the women's gymnastics. You talk about superhuman.
Oh, yeah.
These are superhuman. Everything in sports has gone up 10 levels in the past 20 years. These athletes are beyond belief.
That's true.
And
yeah, better nutrition, better training technique.
Let's go leave out Alabama, fastest speedway in the world, and the most bizarre damn finish I've ever seen on it.
Photo finish?
Finish with Michael Jordan, his co-owner.
Yep.
I'd be damned. And he said that's the first time he's ever been to Talladega. He says, I'm coming back. I'm really surprised. He might have been one of those guys that was scared to come to Alabama, not to realize it's a sweet spot. I think we got it made here in Montgomery. It's a great place, and I've lived a lot of places. So go live in the big city and let them steal your car a couple times. You won't come back, Joey. Roll Tide, go Trump. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Red Top. Yeah, I just to finish the point, to quote the great David Berlinski, if you haven't read the Old Testament, you're illiterate. And don't just, read it. Whether you believe or not. I think Berlinski's a fairly agnostic Jew. But he makes the point, I think, very well. If you want to understand where we came from, you better read that book, or those books, so to speak. Hey, let's hit this break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The Supreme Court has agreed to take up a Biden administration appeal over the regulation of difficult-to-trace ghost guns that was struck down by lower courts. Police in Tennessee say 9 people were shot, including 2 men who were killed at an unsanctioned public party in a Memphis city park. Officers responding on Saturday evening to that reported shooting. It happened in Orange Mound Park. An Arkansas teen is in custody on a first-degree murder charge after the fatal shooting of a high school senior outside a party following a high school prom. Dontarius Stevens is accused in the shooting death of Lorenzo Harrison III in Helena, West Helena. On Wall Street, the Dow is up nearly 300 points. This is SRN News.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies supplements, changing the world one life at a time.
I'm 67 and I'm pretty active. I go out in the fields and work, and I noticed a difference. I take it in the morning, but I've been taking it, religiously. My body seems to like it.
Go to balanceofnature.com and get 35% off plus $10 off any additional sets as a preferred customer by using discount code BALANCE.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. Our days are much cooler and our nights are downright chilly, at least for the first half of this week. Today, cool sunshine with a high temperature only near 70. Clear, cold tonight, jacket weather, overnight low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, a little warmer, comfortable by the afternoon with a high around 77. Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s with more sun, and mid-80s return on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Spring is time for clearing and cleaning.
time to clean out your shed too. Let go of old, outdated equipment holding you back and visit Capital Tractor to see your property's full potential. Powering Alabama, Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
The Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A woman has been arrested for attempting to smuggle drugs into Stanton Prison in Elmore County. Chastity Cox was discovered by the prison K-9 team with a suspicious package. Cox was charged with trafficking methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and promoting prison contraband. A Montgomery man injured in a motorcycle crash last week has died. 18-year-old Ismar Harris died in the hospital over the weekend after being involved in a wreck with another vehicle last Tuesday. The accident happened on Vaughn Road near Briargate Drive. Tesla is recalling nearly 4,000 of its futuristic 2024 Cybertrucks because the accelerator pedal can become stuck, causing the vehicle to accelerate and potentially cause a crash. Notification letters are expected to be mailed to vehicle owners in June. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Hey, if you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time for you to look at a Hustler zero turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated welded steel decks. Don't settle on that cheap unit. With flimsy stamped decks from the big box stores, go to Deatsville Ace Hardware and they'll guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find them at Deatsville Ace Hardware, US 31, just north of the Pine Level exit.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
Fat broads and horse faith.
Shut up, silly woman.
How you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. It's news and views in the afternoon. I'm Joey. We also have Eddie Bader in the studio with me. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing well, Joey. How you doing?
I like your shirt.
Like that?
Yeah, you're like a walking, talking billboard.
Oh, thank you. I will be a billboard.
Billboard.
Hey, by the way, the other day I put out that birds weren't real.
Hold on. Turn down the music, Kippy.
I put out that birds weren't real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of joking around.
Right.
A lot of people feel that birds aren't real.
Really?
I did not know that was a thing. I was just kind of making a laugh. But, yeah, I got all
No,
kinds of
they're
articles.
not. They're like surveillance.
That's with all these articles and things I got. But I've killed...
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if there are some fake birds out there.
Maybe there's fake birds.
I mean, birds are real.
I've killed a lot of doves and ducks in my day, and none of them were fake. They were all...
Now, you think squirrels are real? I remember
They're
the
just
old
fairy tale rats.
What kind of commercial was it? But the commercial where the squirrels would constantly run in the road.
Insurance commercial.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood since spring has sprung.
Yeah,
it's happened to me constantly. Now I'm at the age, or I'm at the cynical, jaded point in my life where I just keep driving. Like I ain't letting you freak me out. Like if you want to
get the whole Costanza deal going on, we got a deal. You know, you get out of the way. I'm going to keep driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's the unspoken rule of the road, and the squirrels get it. In fact, I have yet to even hit one. I just keep going. I don't hesitate or try to, and you can see they usually stop.
Well, I will challenge you to this, and someone challenged me to this 20-something years ago, and I still can't do it. Try to hit a crow.
Hit a crow?
With your car. You will wreck your car before you ever come close to hitting
Why would you try to hit a crow with your car?
Because somebody told me I couldn't do it, and they're right. You
It has wings, you dope.
Buzzards have wings. All these other animals have wings you can clip. A crow, good luck.
Can you catch a fly with your bare hand?
Caught mosquitoes like that.
And mosquitoes are one thing.
Kind of slow.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how many flies are around?
Remember when Barack Obama caught a fly like that?
No, I don't.
It was an interview where he just.
I just remember the Mike Pence fly.
No, it was. I loved that cycle. As I was in college, and I was listening to Glenn Beck.
He caught a fly?
Yeah, no, it was an interview where. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
It was a fly attracted to him?
And there's this thing where the flies kept like showing up. Like, and a rat ran across the stairs in the Rose Garden when he was giving a press conference once. So Glenn
Is that
Beck,
not science?
Glenn Beck and the guys, this is how I became fascinated with talk radio. They're like, the flies know.
That's what I mean. Is it?
Oh, I'm Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies, and not Barack Obama. Yeah, it was kind of.
Then he said there's a rat too that ran across there?
No, that really did happen. I remember that pretty vividly. But yeah, it was this interview, I believe.
Wow.
Let's go to it here.
Did he
this
catch it with his tongue?
signature characteristic of our sorry, I'm going to start over. Hey, get out of here.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
Now,
I've never seen that.
Let me back it up so you can see the full thing here.
Start over. Hey.
And the flies around, and then he waits for it to land, I guess, on his hand.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
Now, where were we?
Don't mess with Barack Obama. He's got reflexes like a cat, like a crow.
My thing is he doesn't wash his hands.
Anyway, you want to learn real quick on this is an ad I don't think any campaign put out. But a warning to America, 25 ways the U.S. is being destroyed.
I think I read a couple of those this weekend.
Yeah, but this is like a video where they just very quickly describe it in 2 minutes.
Oh, boy.
So
all right, that's it.
Let's listen in together.
That's it.
A warning to America. 25 ways the U.S. is being destroyed in under 2 minutes.
Okay.
1. Open borders and illegal immigration. 2. Rampant crime and unsafe cities. 3. Mass addiction and
Okay, so far it's right on, but this song is a banger.
I think I've heard this.
Like it's kind of like that good rock and electronic. Hey, let's keep going.
4. Election insecurity and interference. 5. The educational indoctrination of children. 6. The asymmetrical weaponization of justice.
No lies detected
7.
so far.
The destruction of property rights. 8. Inflation and debt. 9. The global depopulation agenda.
Right.
10. Record low fertility and plummeting birth rates.
That's a problem.
11. Unaccountable federal bureaucracies.
Oh, yeah.
12. Toxic food supply. 13. Vaccine and pandemic disinformation. 14. The transcontagion and sterilization of children. 15. Overprescription of pharmaceuticals. 16. Destruction of the nuclear family and parental rights.
Have we heard any lies yet?
Not yet.
Let's keep going.
Not yet.
17. DEI and the new racism. 18. Moral and societal decay. 19. The financing
Hold
of
on,
endless...
18. That's a little general right there. You know what I mean? Moral and societal decay. Like all these other things you listed weren't part of that. That seemed like a category.
No, I
not an
agree
actual.
with that. The way people act nowadays, the lack of morals, the lack of, like you just saw, the guy.
Yeah, but that
literally
seems like a
pushed in front of
category
train.
that subsumes all the other things they've already listed.
Human nature's gotten a lot worse.
No, I think it's been about the same.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. We've never overcome that. We just got rich and fat and happy for a little while.
Well, I mean, in the
and
50s,
now it's
we were
starting to
pushing
wear
people
off.
in front of a train on a regular basis.
Well, that's true. Let's keep going.
Foreign wars.
Foreign wars, yeah.
20. The sprawling surveillance state.
Right.
Yep.
21. The centralization and consolidation of government power.
Right.
22. The destruction of trust in institutions.
Sure.
23. The censorship industrial complex.
Yep.
24. State media propaganda.
Big problem.
25. The smearing of those who challenge it.
History promises only this for certain. We will get exactly what we deserve. Paul Harvey. Good day. No, I think that's pretty accurate right there.
Yeah, very accurate.
Doesn't exactly put me in a great mood, but
No.
I think it's true.
Did you hear the lecture from crazy Gene Kareem? You cannot make fun of Joe Biden's uncle who was eaten by the cannibals. That's just rude. That's just mean. He died, served the country. Don't matter what Joe says, you cannot make fun of that.
Wait, of all the men, all the heroes, that fought and served and, yes, paid the ultimate sacrifice. It's kind of funny that the one way you go is eaten by cannibals.
Right. And be honest, he wasn't eaten by cannibals.
Right. That's making it even funnier. Joe Senile and making things up.
Right. But she
Like, he didn't even fly in the Pacific Theater, right?
I think he drowned. I think he did crash and drown.
Okay.
But
well, that's awful.
her
But,
thing,
like,
right,
don't
but her
make it
thing is,
cannibal.
right, if Donald Trump were to say, I had a guy back in the day that was related to me that was eaten by cannibals, just the sheer thought of that, saying that would
You
have
know,
set
I had
the
an
press on
uncle, Uncle Bosie,
Mhm.
and, he was flying, and he crashed, and cannibals ate him.
fire. He can't say that.
Right.
They would roast him alive.
Mm-hmm. It's just I think this is just the silly crap that's out there. Obviously, we're not dealing with a guy who is within his full powers.
Agreed. But
you know what I mean?
But in the administration as a whole are telling you, do not doubt the lies we tell you, boy.
Ooh, you had to throw boy on there.
Yeah,
Because
because that's how I took it. That's exactly how I took
Okay.
it.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, when you got a guy who's crapping his pants at the Vatican, like, are we really are supposed to respect him?
Well, we're supposed to believe that the polls have him tied with Trump, who hasn't crapped his pants last time we checked.
How about this? Let's shift gears. And I want to say, I said it on the X platform, I said it on Twitter, but I want to say it again. Thank you, Senator Tommy Tuberville, because he has a new op-ed out at the Daily Caller.
Oh.
A Fed-controlled digital dollar could mean the end of freedom in America. Again, thank you, Coach, for taking on this issue. So let's read it here.
All right.
Again, folks, this is our senator, our senior senator here in the great state of Alabama, Coach Tommy Tuberville. He writes, central bank digital currencies are a real threat to liberty. 68 countries, including communist China, are exploring the possibility of issuing a CBDC. CBDCs are essentially government-sponsored cryptocurrencies pegged to the value of a national currency that allows for real-time payments. The European Union has a digital Euro CBDC pilot program, and all the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are working to stand up CBDCs. China's CBDC pilot, the largest in the world, is being used by 260 million individuals. While faster payments are positive for markets and economic growth, CBDCs present major risk. They would allow governments to meticulously monitor transactions made by their citizens, and CBDCs open the door for government planners to limit the types of transactions made. Power corrupts, and no government should have that level of control. No wonder China and other authoritarian regimes around the globe are eager to implement a CBDC. Governments that issue CBDCs could prohibit the sale or purchase of certain goods or services and more easily freeze and seize assets. But that would never happen in the U.S., right?
Wrong.
Don't be so certain. Take a look at recent events in our neighborhood to the north, writes Coach Tommy Tuberville. The government of Canada, is that how it's said, Canada?
Best say that.
The government of Canada shut down bank accounts and froze assets of Canadians, citizens, protesting the COVID-19 vaccination in Ottawa during the winter of 2022. With a CBDC, authoritarian actions of this kind would be even easier to execute. To make matters worse, the issuance of a CBDC by the Federal Reserve, the U.S.'s central bank, has the potential to undermine the existing banking system. The exact ramifications of what a CBDC would mean to the banking sector are unclear, but such a development could position the Fed to offer banking services directly to American businesses and citizens, undercutting the community banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions that currently serve Main Street effectively. The Fed needs to stay out of the banking business. It's having a hard enough time achieving its core mission of getting inflation under control. A CBDC would open the door for the Fed to compete with the private sector, undercutting economic growth, innovation, and financial access to the process. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell has testified before Congress that America's central bank would not issue a CBDC without express approval from Congress, but the Fed has studied CBDCs extensively. For consumers who want the ability to make real-time payments internationally, CBDCs are not the answer. Stablecoins offer a common-sense private sector solution to this market demand. Stablecoins are a type of cryptocurrency pegged to the value of a certain asset, such as the U.S. dollar. If Congress gets its act together and creates a regulatory framework for stablecoins, many banks, cryptocurrency firms, and other innovative private sector entities would issue dollar-pegged stablecoins. These financial instruments would allow for instantaneous cross-border payments for market participants who find that service of value. Coach Tuberville continues, stablecoins are the free market response to CBDCs. They offer the benefits associated with the technology without the privacy risk, and they would likely enhance, not disrupt, the existing banking sector. Representative Patrick Mahenry, oh, remember that nerd who was in McCarthy's camp? Yeah. What a nerd. I kind of like the guy. And get a load of this name, French Hill of Arkansas. I don't know who that is. I want to meet him now. If his name's French Hill,
something tells me he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
I don't care. That
just with a maid nanny service.
But anyway, Patrick Mahenry and French Hill, both Republicans, have done yeoman's work advancing quality, common sense stablecoin legislation in the House of Representatives, and the Senate needs to move forward on this issue. Inaction by Congress will force innovators overseas and put the U.S. at a competitive disadvantage. It would also help the Fed boost the case for a CBDC that would undermine liberty and open the door to government oppression. Again, that is from the desk of U.S. Senator Coach Tommy Tuberville. I like that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you for the stand on that issue. And in fact, I think both of our senators are pretty solid on the issue of this new technology, cryptocurrency. I think both are in the camp that Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity and should be allowed to continue to grow and bloom. Sure. I think that's actually the world we're heading to. We will have a Bitcoin standard.
But if the Fed wants to do a Bitcoin style coin, why haven't the states jumped ahead and said, go ahead and do one on their own? Why, like we kind of talked about? Why
well, because
not?
It is risky. And it's also the value of Bitcoin is
a water park is risky, Joey.
No, but the value of a Bitcoin is that it's not issued by a central bank. It's not issued by a government.
This would be even better. It's issued by the state of Alabama.
Right. You could do that.
A solid.
And you could back it with different assets.
I would think so.
But, you know.
I fail to understand, besides what we've talked about before, we just got an older generation leading folks. Why are we not at least looking at it?
Don't make fun of the old.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying don't see a lot of things.
You know, I'm tired of you with your conspiracy theories saying that we're living under what's that fancy word for you, gerontocracy?
I've never
like
said
geriatric.
That. Yeah, I've never said that word.
You were saying that the other day when we were sitting in the kitchen.
Closest thing I might have said was Jerry Can. That's about as close as I've come to the geriatric.
You were going on about how the olds are just, especially.
I'm one of the olds,
and how these like barren middle-aged women are running everything.
There's a lot of that going on. I don't know if they're barren, but there's some middle-aged women that they got some axes to grind.
So we talked up Senator Tuberville's op-ed.
Yep.
You want to go to Senator Britt?
But of course,
on the same kind of issue, not CBDCs, but on banking. This is from the Banking Committee.
Love to hear her thought on this.
So let's listen in together here, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you both for being here today. It is clear the country is facing an affordable housing crisis.
Right.
High interest rates and inflation paired with soaring construction cost and low inventory have put home ownership further and further out of reach for.
Okay, I pause it there. Eddie, this is your field, so I need you to really pay attention and listen.
Well, I already got a problem with what she's saying.
Well, okay.
Yeah, there is a problem in housing. Problem that they caused.
Okay, well, let's hear her out.
I already know. I've heard this speech from so many different people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. But okay, for you.
I'm leaning on you. You're literally wearing a shirt that says, I'm a realtor.
Right. So. I need to shut my mouth.
Inflation paired with soaring construction cost and low inventory have put home ownership further and further out of reach for hard-working Americans.
Right.
This crisis, in my opinion, has only been intensified by Bidenomics. This administration's reckless tax and spend policies, overregulation, and misguided partisan efforts that prioritize things like the Green New Deal, or like my colleagues, Senators Haggerty and Vance pointed out, DEI programs over the safety and soundness of our housing market and our economy. Today, regulatory costs make up nearly 24% of a new home's price. Homelessness hit an all-time high in 2023, despite HUD receiving record funding specifically to address this very issue. Not only is home ownership more out of reach, but not a single state in the country even has an adequate supply of affordable rental housing for low-income families.
Any lies detected here?
Yeah, where you want to start?
Okay, go ahead.
What caused the initial rise of construction costs? Well, who hid the construction products for about 6 months? Who flat out hid the plywood? Why did plywood double in cost?
Yeah.
Why do they all sit around? Well, I don't know where it is. Although if you go to these railroad yards, there were construction supplies for months. This is all manufactured crap. All of it's a lie.
Yeah, but
the rent, you're talking about the rent is high? You know why the rent is high? Because you guys artificially inflated everything else, so the rent can be high.
That's what she said. The Bidenomics, that's stuff.
It wasn't just Bidenomics. She's part of it. Don't come here and point fingers at Joey for smoking when you got a cigarette in your mouth. Sorry, I got a little worked up.
Joe Camel?
Yeah, but of course, non-filter.
How long does it take you to get over that oral fixation?
About 6 weeks.
Liar.
I could go on. There are real problems facing real people, and we have to focus on real solutions.
Right.
Unfortunately, what we've seen from this administration is fast-tracking and politicizing regulatory actions that actually risk putting the economy at greater risk. And on that, Director Thompson, in a hearing last May, you said, quote, "You are committed to making sure that pilots are public and that people know that there is more transparency going on in Fannie and Freddie," end quote.
Right.
So my question for you is there a reason that your agency changed paths, so to speak, and did not go through the public notice or comment period before issuing the recent title insurance pilot program?
Thank you for the question. And first, I'd like to say that safety and soundness grounds everything that we do. We do not compromise safety and soundness. I'm a long-time regulator.
Thank you for reiterating that.
Well, just want to make sure that that is the foundational understanding.
Okay, that made me laugh pretty hard. Yeah, thanks for reiterating that. Let's continue to let the lady speak.
With regard to the title pilot, we do have a pilot transparency page.
Yeah.
We received the
Got a
pilot
page?
from
Yeah.
Fannie Mae.
Put out a piece of paper.
And the pilot, wasn't
Just in time for is this just in time for the State of the Union, right before that?
Well, the pilot we went through our normal process, and the pilot went through analysis. We didn't do anything different or anything wrong.
So are you going to consider actually?
Oh my God.
And in her mind, she did. In her mind, she did.
Let's keep going.
Allowing the public some time to comment on that?
Well, the pilot hasn't been operationalized yet. We are still in the process of searching for a vendor to help digitize and try to figure out how they can access the title records.
Now, I'm playing this, folks, because I want you to understand this is your government at work.
This is your problem.
How?
This is your problem. Bureaucrat A. Nice lady. I'm sure she's as sweet as she can be.
She didn't mean to do anything
doing the
wrong.
job she's supposed to do. She's a automatic built-in roadblock, folks, and there's a million of them like her in there.
Yeah, it's all about the process. Nobody's really in charge, right?
Right.
Yeah, nobody's in charge at all. It's all about the process.
And when she says things, I don't mean to bash on them, but when they say things about these surprise inflated costs and things, these are COVID mandates. This is what y'all did. This is the outcome you guys planned for. Don't act surprised, because this is what you planned for.
Well, and anytime they start talking about like affordable housing, I start thinking of like the George W. Bush era. It was like owning a home is the American dream.
Well, here's the thing.
And
that's
so what did they
changed.
do?
They don't want you to own a home, Joey.
Oh, it's changed.
It's changed.
They want you
do
to
not
rent
want
now.
you to own. Right. You will own nothing. You'll be happy for it.
Well, I hear you there.
That's what they want.
But it's also the push to own a home. What did they do? They lowered the standards, right?
Yeah. Well, they didn't just lower them. They
and
threw
people
them out the
go,
window.
oh, you're just blaming poor people. No, we're not, you dopes. God love the poor folks who have terrible credit, subprime credit. It's these massive companies that come in and lie to poor folks who are in no position to pay for any of this stuff.
And they know that.
And they know that they can offload from their books to a bigger company like Countrywide than to Fannie and Freddie because it's mortgage-backed securities. It's gold, baby.
Right.
Nobody defaults on their mortgage. Essentially, you had rich fat cats lobby to lower standards in order to help poor people, and then they screwed over poor people. And after that's all found out, the economy goes boom. They get bailed out, and poor folks who couldn't pay their mortgage or the rent, well, they're SOL.
Well, they got bailed out on what they had left on the market. They'd already made tons of money. They didn't need to get bailed out. They just got bailed out on what they weren't able to pull the scam on.
Anyway, let's hear the rest of this. We only got like 50 seconds left, all right? 272-9228 if you want to hop in on the program. Let's listen in.
The Fannie Mae is going to issue a solicitation to multiple vendors to provide this
and make
service.
sure we're talking about the same thing.
yeah.
This applied to certain low-risk
refinance.
refinances, so current homeowners. So this isn't going to
Yes.
help with people who
That's
are
correct.
not currently homeowners and want to kind of achieve that American dream. It's just okay. So, you finalized, your agency did its products and activities rule, which my understanding was meant to bring transparency to new initiatives. But it seems that isn't going alongside this actual initiative.
Yeah, this came in as a credit underwriting decision because what the pilot actually will do is waive the requirement for representation, which is similar to what we've done
And
with the
I'm so
appraisal.
sorry, I only have 1 minute, but if you would commit to just making sure that
Absolutely.
there's public comment period and we have the opportunity to weigh in. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. and thank
Thank you, Senator. Your government at work, folks.
It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This NAR settlement.
No, because I'm serious. Like, I don't fully understand the state of play here.
Like what?
Like, what do you mean the NAR settlement?
The settlement that National Association of Realtors just made. That's how government programs come out with like save the world when they're really trying to screw the world. Well, this one, they say it's going to save people money. It's not.
And it's going to
It's
hurt a
not.
lot of folks in the business.
A lot of people are going to go unrepresented, and then what's going to happen is they're going to say, "Hey, I bought this house. I didn't know it had foundation issues. Nobody told me this." They're going to start lawsuits, which is going to slow down the housing industry. I mean, it's just a big scam.
So I'm leaning on you, big boy.
It's just a big scam.
I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Lean back so folks can see the full warp and woof of it. Oh, referrals welcome.
Yep, that's right.
Have you been working out?
No, I just realtor stress, Joe. It's a great diet. You ought to look into the realtor stress diet.
Oh, yeah, brother.
And moving stuff.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And when it comes to your home, one of the most important parts there is going to be the roof.
Oh, yeah, Joe.
And when it comes to your roof, well, River Region Contracting loves to educate their customers, how to keep it up to date, how to keep things safe, and also how to get your insurance company to actually cover after you pay all these premiums for so long.
Yeah.
And number one tip, I'll give it to you here. I learned this from River Region Contracting, is don't wait to get your home and your roof inspected. Because what's going to happen if you wait 5, 10, 15 years and you notice, well, we got a big problem. There's a leak here. This is now rotted through. The insurance company that you've been paying money to all these 5, 10, 15 years is going to look at you and go, nope, you were negligent.
That's neglect, yeah.
We're not paying for it. So here's the beautiful thing about River Region Contracting. You should call them pretty much every year. Make it an annual thing because their inspections and estimates are always free.
Mm-hmm.
Those estimates are also accurate.
Yes.
They show up on time. They get the job done well without making a big old mess.
Very
and
professional.
they're insurance specialists there at River Region Contracting. So when they do find a problem with your roof, they can deal with the insurance company for you. Make it a swift and easy process. So call up his team today. That's Todd Clark I was thinking of. Todd Clark and his team today. 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We'll be right back. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bells because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Make it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Ridge Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Alabama's personal injury attorney, me, Johnny Adams of the Johnny Adams Law Firm. Stay weather alert, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Our days are much cooler and our nights are downright chilly, at least for the first half of this week. Today, cool sunshine with a high temperature only near 70. Clear, cold tonight, jacket weather, overnight low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, a little warmer, comfortable by the afternoon with a high around 77. Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s with more sun, and mid-80s return on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. News and views in the afternoon. And we're getting a comment online from Patriot Czar.
Yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing great, and he's helping us out a lot there on Twitter X. And he writes in, I've posted something regarding birds and why they always escape from a speeding car. They experience time differently.
Like those UFOs Joe was talking about?
The
Tic Tac, remember?
Yeah, like the angels Tucker was talking about.
Yep.
Have you looked up depictions of angels from the book of Ezekiel?
I've not.
People have done renderings.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker's not completely off base.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't look like humans.
That's my thing. Yeah.
You're talking like a wheel within a wheel with eyes all around it. Talking about wings touching wings with a huge platform. Like it doesn't, it looks like a structure, like a ship. More so than like, oh, you think angel, you're like, oh, some beautiful figure with wings or whatever. Mm-mm. Nope. Anyway, hey, let's go to Papa B. Hey, Papa B.
All right. Yeah, Ezekiel, man. I tell you, what he was describing sounds a little bit like what they're seeing up there.
Right.
In the Navy and Air Force and all these UFO reports, so-called. It kind of fits the description a lot. So, anyway, just an aside. But aren't y'all tired of having these stupid hearings where nothing gets done? And the politician is trying to score some political points of some kind. And the bureaucrats just sitting there, blah, 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 not really saying anything worthwhile, you know. And like I said, Joey, or Eddie, I'm sure she's a nice lady. But she is a roadblock. She's a built-in roadblock, as you said, and that's what she's there for. You know,
yeah.
We're not really here to get anything done. We're just here to, you know, I don't know, strut and fret our hour upon the stage, you know, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Madam Senator or Senator, I'm sure that once the right people figure out how they can get paid using the taxpayers' dollars, we'll make some progress.
You make me want to do my John Wayne impersonation starring in Macbeth. Is that a knife I see before me?
Oh, man. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm sick of hearing. That's the reason I don't listen to these stupid hearings anymore. Why? For what reason? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of my time.
Well, sometimes they're entertaining. Sometimes they're entertaining.
I guess.
And it's good to be reminded that, what's your senator up to? What do they actually do? And whether it's Tuberville or Brett and I tend to think the senators have a little more time, a little more sway, whereas members of the House, God love them, but, they're part of a huge body of like 400-something people.
Maybe so. Would hope so. I mean, honestly, this little back and forth right here just makes a splendid case why somebody like Donald Trump needs to come in there and carve out about half of the bureaucracy.
Yep.
Of everything in Washington, D.C., maybe 3/4 of it. Because they say, oh, that's people's job. So what? They're not doing anything worthwhile. Good night.
Not bringing value.
They're just sitting there writing reports and not really getting any of us anywhere. What are they doing?
Well, I think there's a part of them, too. If you got enough of them, they're guaranteed votes. That's a guaranteed Democrat voting block, brother.
Pal. Well, we
got to keep them employed.
We do experience that here in the great state of Alabama, don't we, with the AEA?
There's a lot of federal programs that way.
And did you hear the show before us? Apparently the porn lobby's in town.
Really?
Yeah.
The
party or
porn
something?
lobby.
Yeah, the porn lobby. Nah, don't get your hopes. It ain't like AVNs come to town.
I didn't think that. I mean, that'd be strange here in Montgomery, but Coliseum's open.
Right.
We got...
No, they're just upset that they're trying to make an automatic filter for children, which I agree with that law. Like, do it.
Stupid.
Right.
What?
And what is
They
that
got
going
a
to do?
problem?
Is it just another click? I mean, what's the filter?
Right.
So they're just bound and determined to corrupt young people's minds as just young as they possibly can.
I don't even understand why they have to do it.
That's sick, man.
Pornography.
That's because they're sick.
They have a huge enough market. Why do they even care? I just don't get it.
Don't want to lose ground. It's always about expanding.
It's pornography.
I don't know. It's kind of gross how much there
Create
is
a
now.
future market, I guess.
I guess. I don't.
No, it's just also it's a technological game of cat and mouse at this point.
There you go. I didn't think about that part.
So somebody needs to come up with a better mousetrap. Like Texas has this law that Pornhub can't operate, and it's like, hey, have you ever heard of a VPN?
Exactly.
Like,
hey, you know what? There was one bit of encouragement that I think we all saw and appreciated when the Supreme Court gave Texas the right to defend its own borders and haul those suckers in, and they can even deport them. The illegal. I'm like, yeah, that is a huge win. I mean, that means really basically any state, they can, take an illegal, round them up, kick them out.
And these are in particular illegal aliens that have committed crimes?
I presume so, but, they're coming into the country as illegal as a crime. So I'm telling you, man, that alone has to just chafe Mayorkas and the whole, really all of Washington, D.C. That's got to just be a heavy blow to have to deal with right there. But I was like, finally, a little bit of daylight and justice. That was awesome.
A little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I just don't get.
Yeah, there are a few little victories here or there.
It's a little bit here and there, but, I think that we are going to get to, what's that thing that, you hit at birthday parties? And
Pinata?
Pinata. I think we're going to have a Justice Pinata moment, man. And I believe it's coming. You're going to hit it just right, and all of the candy, all of the justice candy is going to come tumbling out at once. It sure needs to happen.
And ironically
I'm
enough,
telling you, man.
that's a lot of porn you guys had stowed in there. Anyway, I appreciate it, Papa B.
All right, guys.
See you, Papa
We'll
B.
talk to you later.
Let's go to T-Spear. Hey, T-Spear.
Hey, T-Spear. T-Spear.
T-Spear, are you there? Gonna give you a shot here. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Okay, I'll put you back on hold. And she just hung up.
Yeah.
So I guess she's doing something. But hey, this part of the program, in fact, this entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. You know, when it comes to this world of real estate out there, you want to deal with local folks.
Oh, 100%.
And a local mortgage broker that will actually get to know you, get to know your goals in owning a home or in refinancing. And, you know, especially their Alabama Home Mortgage, they understand the latest when it comes to veterans and the VA home loan programs you veterans earned through your service. And in fact, if you are a veteran and you haven't taken advantage of the VA home loan programs, you're leaving money on the table. Again, whether you're looking to buy or refinance, it is the best game in town. I think the refinance is what, Eddie? Up to 100% of the home's estimated value?
Exactly right.
And then no money down when you're buying, no down
Yep.
payment, which is just 100% financing. It's an amazing deal. And if you're a veteran, they can give you all the latest when it comes to the VA home loan programs. They're happy to do it there at Alabama Home Mortgage. But when it comes to anybody here in this local market, why not deal with Kim and Madeline? They can walk you through the home buying process, or they can get you a great refinance deal to get that credit card debt off your back or consolidate whatever it is, debt you have hanging over your head. Give them a call today at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. T-Spear is back, I believe. Hey, T-Spear.
Hey, T-Spear.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it come through. I'd like to go back and address the situation with housing.
Okay.
I don't know if in Montgomery or Auburn and Opelika, I'm sure other cities do the same way. I don't know about you, but I have driven through Opelika and have been literally thousands of new apartments built. Thousands.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2,000. I'm going to say there are over 10,000 new apartments in the Auburn and Opelika area, and they're all running between $1,000 to $3,000 a month. I don't know about you, but I want to know, what are the jobs that are going to support that kind of housing? Houses that are running between $250,000 for a quote starter home to over $500,000. Where are the jobs? Where are the schools? Where's the police department? Where's the fire department? Where's the hospital? Where's the support staff that goes to house to be able to afford that kind of rent? I don't know that, but I haven't seen it.
Though I'd imagine the developers have somewhat done their homework. And it has not Opelika been going through a revitalization over the last decade or so?
Oh, yeah.
You want to get $15 an hour and try and afford $1,000 a month rent?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's a real challenge.
I mean, I'm and here it is. Why in the world would anybody pay $1,000 a month rent when they could buy a house for $1,000 a month? Eddie ought to be so daggone busy that he shouldn't be able to even be on the air.
Well, honestly, a lot of starter homes right now starting in the 200s. So that holds a lot of people back. And interest rates, they kind of creeped up on us. Bidenomics. This time 2 years ago, we were having multiple closings a month. And since Biden took in, the brakes have been slammed on that.
Well, by the way, just a quick aside, is this a tree house on Sweetbriar?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
It is. I went up in it, of course, too.
Of course I did. Don't break it.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's wonderful that we have the kind of economy that can support this. But I'm not seeing the economy supporting that kind of growth.
You're right.
I'm really not.
You're exactly
And
right.
that is true. I am fortunate. My house payment was where I could finally get to where I could pay my house off. I was very lucky. I had a very good mortgage refinance, and I highly recommend people need to be looking at that.
Oh, definitely.
And people need to stop and look. What is going on in your city?
Right.
I don't necessarily just blame the builders. I blame the mayors and the city government that's allowing this kind of construction to go on. You look at your parks that have been, the grass is no longer there. It's now a blacktop. The trees are no longer there. It's now black roots.
Oh, yeah.
Well, your heat sink just increased your temperature in that area.
Well, and I'll tell you, T-Spear, the place I lived in the last 2 years in Auburn, a place called Magnolia Woods. It was built in the 70s, wood paneling. It was kind of nasty. Yeah. But I did love it because it was like, a few blocks from Toomer's Corner. You could walk to school. And there was this beautiful tree canopy that overhung like all of it was a U-shaped apartment complex. And like you had great screen porches on it too. And they tore down all the trees and put a huge parking deck literally behind this complex. It ruined that place. There's no charm to it left anymore.
Ain't no money in trees, boy.
Auburn is no longer the loveliest village. I don't know if anybody's ever driven through there recently, but the Auburn, the people who are driving that have destroyed the city of Auburn.
The main thoroughfares, there's some neighborhoods you can still nestle into.
There's a few nice ones, but
yeah, you're right. It's gotten built up.
Growing out of control.
Yeah, completely out of control. And until they get a control over that, until there are jobs that can support it, what's going to happen in those apartments when they're not lived in for 3 or 4 years?
Well,
they then become Section 8 housing.
Some of them don't take that long, but you'd be amazed, T-Spear, how many people commute from Auburn to Montgomery daily.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised.
I wouldn't either, but I know many of them.
Well, I appreciate it, T-Spear. I got to run. I got to hit this break.
Y'all keep up the good work.
Thanks,
Bye.
We do have to hit this break. Really, people commuting like that,
especially if they work in East Chase.
Like, it's not that bad if traffic doesn't happen, but
that's the problem.
Yeah, it was kind of a common thing. Shorter. That shorter exit would always be a problem.
Would you rather sit in traffic or get shot, Joey? That's a lot of decisions people have made.
Well, I don't want to be shot. I don't want to do either. I don't think I'm going to get shot.
Nobody thinks they're going to get shot.
Right, and then it happens. Yeah. No, I've had a bunch of people reach out to me about what happened to Amy Dix, and there are people who did move. Who said this why. There are folks who, like people my age, who were trying to start a family, looking at Montgomery. And I was trying to talk up the city, but after they did their due diligence and I thought it through talking to, they decided we can't live there.
And now, honestly, now that this has made news, and there's several that whole week.
Yeah.
Look for stuff like that to get buried for a while.
Right. And I actually went on base, to the Gunter Annex to go with my grandfather, the commissary, wanted some help. And, you see there is a lot of talent in this town, especially because of the Air Force Base. And, there's also some kind of sleepers out there, some dark horses that are local that you don't necessarily think about. But yeah, like if there's even, the normal place, the chances of getting shot is like close to zero, but it's never completely
never zero. Any town.
Right.
Any town.
Right. But as soon as that goes to like 1%, like say a 10x increase, say it's, 0.1% of your chance, and that goes to 2%. Like once those rates start going up, people start getting nervous because they go, well, I could play the odds and I'd probably be fine. But you never know.
Well, a lot of people don't worry about themselves necessarily. They worry about their family.
Oh, especially their kids, yeah.
And especially, and it's happening in broad daylight, not in a nefarious neighborhood, not in the rural, right in the city streets. That makes people nervous.
Well, that's what unnerves people when two guys, I assume fellas, start shooting each other up in the middle of traffic.
Nothing you can do. You're sitting in traffic.
Get a Cybertruck, though those are being like a bunch of those are being recalled.
The gas pedal.
Why is it being recalled? Is it like an airbag thing? It's like no, the accelerator gets stuck
because the pedal. I don't know if you've seen the videos. The pedal is plastic.
You're right.
It breaks off and then gets jammed between the floorboard. So yeah, you're hammering it down the road.
A massive truck that you can't. This thing isn't. It's like that scene in Spaceballs. Stop this thing! We can't stop it.
Stop it.
Oh, ludicrous speed. What are you, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Big news! The biggest and best compact track loader has come to Thompson Tractor in Montgomery. It's the next generation Cat Compact Track Loader. With more power and a larger cab, this machine will boost your productivity and your business. Right now, Thompson is offering special deals on existing compact track loaders to make way for the new machines. So come to their new Cat Compact Track Loader Demo Day on May 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 10120 Highway 80 East in Montgomery. Call 334-215-5000 for more details.
Honey, did you call an electrician to put in that new bathroom outlet?
No, I thought I'd just get Cousin Ray.
He's not a real electrician.
Oh, Ray's handy. He can do anything.
Being handy and being an electrician are two different things. Electricity is complicated and potentially dangerous. Each year there are thousands of home fires caused by faulty wiring. You need an expert. To wear the Crosby Electric uniform, you have to undergo background checks, drug testing, continuing education, and rigorous safety training. When you need electrical work, or if you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric.
So, how about that nice outlet Ray installed in the bathroom?
Do you think it's safe?
It's fine. See, when I plug in my electric razor, it...
Now the lights are out. I am not sleeping a wink until you get Crosby Electric out here.
Don't take chances with electricity. Call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Good morning. Do you have time for lunch today? My treat.
Absolutely. But what's the occasion?
I'm in love with the new 24/7 Express kiosk at Worth Cleaners. The kiosk is so easy to use, and I can drop off and pick up on my schedule. Thank you for sharing that tip with me.
You're welcome. I'm happy to have my lunch buddy back.
Have you tried the new Worth Cleaners 24/7 Express kiosk? This is the first service of its kind in Montgomery. Customers love the convenience of dropping off and picking up dry cleaning and laundry on their schedule, day or night, 365 days a year. Even if you've never used Worth Cleaners before, you can go to their location at 7825 Vaughn Road today and use their 24/7 Express kiosk. Instructions along with several descriptive photos are posted on the wall next to the kiosk to aid customers who are first-time users. Give it a try. Visit our Vaughn Road location or find Worth Cleaners on Facebook for more information. Your family's clothing is worth it.
Medical Outreach Ministries is a free healthcare clinic providing primary and specialty care for uninsured low-income adults in our area. MOM sees almost 1,000 patients annually who are attended to by volunteers, including physicians, nurses, and pharmacists. Please call 334-281-8008 or visit momclinic.org to learn how you might qualify for our services, volunteer, or donate to this vital community service.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the Afternoon. I'm Joey. He's Eddie.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Trying to become friends with crows.
Yeah, John, Gumtown John said a crow also holds a grudge, Eddie. Just remember that.
That's why I told you, if you try to run them over, don't get caught.
This is why I told you to tell Michael Cohen what we were talking about, just because, Michael, you see what I deal with every day. Well, not every day.
Not every day, because he's AWOL a lot of days. He's getting those hair in his biscuits at home.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah, that rusty fish hook thing. So how's it going at Cohen's on this Monday?
And it's going great.
Well, I love hearing that.
Yeah. I mean, it has not been a Monday, except it has been a really pretty day outside. you want to be outside. But other than that, it's been a good day here.
Now, for folks who are looking to kind of upgrade the kitchen, or maybe they're building out a kitchen brand new, y'all have all the appliances they could ever need there at Cohen's, right?
That's right. I mean, we've got all the ovens, we've got all the refrigeration. We've got some really cool cooktops. We've got some people that have put some really nice stuff outside, like Wolf and Sub-Zero. We have other people that have come and gone haywire with like this Napoleon grill set up with this outdoor kitchen look. This kind of a modular deal kind of makes it to where you can almost do your own cabinets by just buying what you need, bolting them together, and put the grill or what have you of your choice on there. So you've got a lot of options. We've got a lot of nice hoods that can actually, a lot of people forget that they're going to get this really powerful cooktop or range, but you got to have something that's going to suck all the grease out to get it out. Whereas a microwave hood is not going to be sufficient in that manner.
So if you like cooking up a big old ribeye steak on the stovetop, on the cooktop there, you probably want a pretty kick butt hood there.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the stuff like a ribeye doesn't give you all that grease in the air like if you're frying fish or something else. Yep. I had a guy the other day that was giving me the nth degree on how many times have I emptied my little grease catcher on my Napoleon, and I just kind of looked at him and I'm like, I don't know, I've had it 4 years and I'm never, and it's never because I'm not cooking all this greasy stuff.
Yeah.
You cook a pizza, you cook a filet, you cook a ribeye. You just don't have all that grease that you could have cooking other meats. So it's all in what you cook, is depending on what kind of suction you need on that hood.
Well, folks, this is just scratching the surface of why you should stop by Cohen's there in person. Of course, you can look online. I've got it pulled up here on the stream, thinkcohens.com. But I really encourage you to stop by 2515 Eastern Boulevard right here in Montgomery. They're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And be sure to find Michael or one of the great team members. Say, hey, aren't Michael on one of those Joey and Eddie characters?
Exactly. Please let us know that somebody's listening to Joey's show.
Please. I have a fragile, neurotic ego here. I need the help and the money.
There you go. That helps.
And the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Michael, as always. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Have a good
Thank
one.
y'all. Take care.
Great guy.
Yeah,
Great sponsor. Let's hit this break. Final hour on a Monday coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The head of Israel's Military Intelligence Directorate has resigned over Hamas's October 7th attack. Major General Aharon Aliva, the head of Israel's military intelligence, becomes the first senior Israeli figure to say he will step down over the failures surrounding Hamas attack. In New York, the commencement of opening statements in the Trump criminal trial sets the stage for weeks of testimony, the trial ending early today. Police in Tennessee say 9 people have been shot, including 2 men who were killed at an unsanctioned public party in a Memphis city park. Officers responding Saturday evening to that reported shooting in Orange Mound Park. No immediate arrest. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 448 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, an evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group. Because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word FAITH to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word FAITH to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
Now you can add the power of digital advertising to the #1 reach of radio. Let Blue Water's 20 years of local advertising and marketing success show you how. Grow your business with a complete suite of digital solutions, combined with the reach of the most listened to radio group in the River region. Call us or go to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out how we can increase your return on investment. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather. Hi, everybody. Our days are much cooler and our nights are downright chilly, at least for the first half of this week. Today, cool sunshine with a high temperature only near 70. Clear, cold tonight, jacket weather, overnight low in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, a little warmer, comfortable by the afternoon with a high around 77. Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s with more sun, and mid-80s return on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations since we began in 1906. At CB&S Bank, we're here for you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville is starting off this week by railing against Joe Biden once again for his recent plan to wipe out the student loan debts for 277,000 Americans. Tuberville spoke on the John Solomon Reports, saying that Biden is clearly making this decision in an election year in order to gain votes.
And he's doing it for a purpose. You know, that I don't think that he thinks he can win by just going out and going by the issues, because every issue that they've touched has gone south. But, you know, these people that are getting their loans forgiven, as you said, 87% of us that either pay for our loans or didn't have a loan or didn't go to college are going to have to pay for that and make that up. That's not something that's just going to go away. We're morally, we're mentally, and we're physically bankrupt. And this just puts us on a line of just more bankruptcy, puts us in a tough situation. It's going to be a huge cost to the Americans in the years and years to come.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing elderly man. 82-year-old Jimmy Butler was last seen at his home in Florence. He is described as a white male, 6 foot tall, 240 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. Butler was wearing a green checkered shirt and black pants. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Well, I'm here with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Well, Dot, spring is here.
We're heading into spring, and I'm so glad. We've got some furniture coming in, some spring and summer furniture. It's not coming in too fast, but it's beginning to trickle in. You know, we're just busy, is all I can say, and I'm thankful for that.
It looks to me like you have a lot of items for outside.
We do. We've got the wrought iron furniture, patio things, and Booth 70 in the window. had a swing, and it was just beautiful. I expect he'll have another one too.
You know, there are a lot of treasures in Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall to be found.
Yes, if you don't see it here, you didn't need it anyway.
All right, give us those hours of operation.
Monday through Friday is 10 until 6, Saturday 9 until 6, and Sunday 12:30 to 4:30.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 425 Coliseum Boulevard.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
It's not just about sex.
What the hell are we doing here?
We are behaving the way a superpower ought to behave.
Well, our behavior has produced some crappy results.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table.
If you get a cough, please leave the room.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final hour of news and views in the afternoon, or as we're calling it online, Joey Clark Live. For those of you watching online, this is just a humble little talk show out of Montgomery, Alabama. Midday talk show. Eddie Bader is my co-host here.
Yes, I am, Joey.
And we're trying to just, do this internet thing, slowly but surely.
Working out pretty good.
Yeah, you can always go to Joey Clark Live on YouTube. That's the name of the YouTube channel.
Yep.
Like and subscribe. And, of course, you can always watch us on the Twitter X, if you so please. But I appreciate all the love. We're growing slowly but surely.
Baby.
Let's go to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days.
Hey, I was listening to T-Spear's comments on crime. We didn't get here overnight. This has been a long process.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not going to be an easy fix. I mean, it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment by a lot of people to get us back to where we need to be. And that's a dripping faucet, Joey.
Yeah.
I mean, crime is like a drip. You're never going to stop it. You're never going to completely stop it, but you can control it. And we're out of control right now. And it's just like, you have one of these events like, she got shot on the Atlanta highway. Okay, there's a big, rigmarole about it. Yeah, we need it, and then it fades down. And just like the retired lady over on Zelda Road got shot and killed in her driveway.
Oh yeah.
And we've forgotten about that. We've forgotten about the thing that happened with the law came about by it, but that was because the low bail and letting people out.
Or how about the shooting at Bama Lanes?
Oh yeah,
clipped a lot of people.
Yep.
In the the Bible salesman, the Bible guy selling Bibles, got shot and killed at the front door over there in Chisholm. And that's what happens. You become desensitized to them, and you just start to accept that this is the way it is. And I remember Todd Strange saying, "We don't need to talk about crime. We don't need to talk about crime. It's just, makes it worse, but we have got to, as a community, so we've got to get the faucet turned down."
Now, let me ask you, and again, for folks who don't know who you are, Simpler Days, I think most people listening do, but you have a lot of experience, let's say, in law enforcement, to put it mildly. When you look for a chief, because now, I didn't expect Finley to be here forever because, Stephen Reed didn't hire him. And he stayed on, I think longer than I expected. But now that we're through a second chief, so if you're having to do that hire, what type of person are you looking for to get the house back in order?
I'm looking for a person that has prior military experience. I'm looking for a person that has a track record at a department in a city that's not under federal control because of prior bad acts. I'm looking for somebody that, just like Nick Saban said when he got off the airplane in Tuscaloosa, he made this statement: "We're going to be the football team you don't want to play." He's going to have to instill pride and guts back into that department. And that individual has got to send a message to them that we're going to enforce the law evenly and fairly. We're not going to mistreat anybody, but we're going to enforce the law. And the mayor needs to be standing shoulder to shoulder with him when he makes that statement, so they know that that's what the mayor wants. And he can't be wishy-washy. And there's somebody out there at a department that fits that bill, but they're not going to come here unless they know that that's what the mayor really wants. Now, I know there's city council members that want that, but they have got to know that's what the mayor wants.
Well, there
and
you go.
I mean, we're going to have to get boots back on the ground, because right now there is one police officer, one cadet in the academy. We're losing 5 to 10 officers, and we got one officer in the academy. We used to start with 50 to 75, and we'd usually graduate anywhere from 25, 26, 27 because the academy was tough. But they got one officer in the academy right now, Joey, and they're losing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 officers. They're never going to make any headway. In criminals, we may think they're dumb, but they've watched the patrol patterns. Right. They see officers out there stopping cars, serving warrants, patrolling neighborhoods, making investigative stops. But that's not what they're seeing now, and they feel like it's open to them because there's no patrol units out there on the street. And when you've got less than 300 officers on the street, and you're losing them every day, I mean, we're at a critical point. You know, and I care about that department, Joey. I spent 34 years. I spent the majority of my adult life down there.
Right.
And I just hate to see what's going on. But they're going to have to get somebody in there that's going to coach them up and let them know they care about them, and not put them in 2010 cars and hot seat them around, run them all 3 shifts while they ride around in high country $90,000 vehicles. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to know, just like a good hunting dog, you feed him good, you pat him on the head, and he'll hunt for you all day long. But they got to know they care about him. But anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's more than 2 cents worth.
Thank you, Separate Days.
Yeah, I don't pretend to have any experience in that world, but, maybe I should ask a friend of ours if I could do a ride-along with him. Not necessarily just on his shift, but just a tour of Montgomery like I've never seen it is kind of what I'm
that'd be good. For. That'd be good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just to get a sense of, because, I used to ride around the city a lot when those 2 summers I worked at Parks and Rec. I saw Montgomery, a lot of different parts I didn't.
But how long has that been?
That was a few years. That was probably 2008, 2009.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes in the last, 15 years. Goodness gracious.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think that'd be good.
I think I'm due to. Because, I've got my routine. I'm pretty much a homebody, so I kind of go to work, go home. I don't really even go out that much. I go out to eat occasionally.
He won't touch you around. I'll touch you around.
You'll tote me around?
I'll touch you around.
That's kind of creeping me out there.
How's it creeping you out?
Like, hey, son, let's go run over some crows.
That's not what we're talking about doing at all.
You got a pretty mouth over there. Like, I'll tote you around. Hey, you can help me then after I give you the tour. Help me find that possum that stole my bird feeder.
I'm going to get my hands around that possum for long.
Still haven't found him?
No, nor the feeder.
Made any more ham and beans?
No, summer's here. It's time to let that ride till next
Okay. What's your specialty during summer?
Steak.
Steak?
Steak.
What kind of steak?
Just I'm a ribeye guy.
I like ribeyes too.
Also like a New York strip. But honestly, I guess really summer until the season ends salmon. I like to go to our local market here.
Sure.
Get some salmon, put it on the grill.
Salmon's good.
That's one of my favorite things to make on the grill. It's easy. It's delicious. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, it is easy. Like snapper gets a little more. You got to do it just right.
With the salmon, the way I cook it, usually
tuna same way.
Yeah, skin down. Usually, literally let it sit on the grill for about 25, 29 minutes.
Oh, so low and slow.
Right out. Yeah, it just
great.
scoops right out, man.
Right. Whereas, and I don't know. I'm good at cooking steak, beef, but I haven't figured out fish just yet.
Fish I can do. Really, what I can't do it is the low and slow, like the ribs and the
yeah, that's all. Yeah,
smoking. And all. I love the outcome, but I'm not good at waiting.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a time where there was somebody at a smoker when I was living at the Animal House.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 other guys, and every football Saturday we were smoking up 2 racks. And we got pretty good at it.
Dude, one of the best deep sea fishing trips I've gone on, a guy had a green egg, and we put a Boston butt on the grill that morning when we went out. And so about 3/4 of the way through the day, it was ready. Man, you smelled that thing all day. So good.
Well, and then, both my dad and brother have these Traeger smokers.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just cheap.
Dude, but they make a perfect product
amazing.
every time.
It's amazing. It's so good. You ever had a ribeye steak smoked and then finished on a sear?
I have not.
Brother did that for me when I went last to visit him. And
I had a deep fried steak one time, though.
Those can be good, too.
I expected a tough piece of leather. Not at all. Not at all.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good eating. Man, how did I ever get fat?
How old are you?
35.
There you go. It started about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But it's just the body.
No, honestly, I was fat a while ago.
Did you have fat tendencies?
No, the heaviest I got was 185, but I'm not a huge guy, and I was skinny fat. So it was just
what is skinny fat, by the way?
We're the Sasquatch look.
Oh, I got you.
Like what we probably both have.
Yeah. The pear shape. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't look like jolly old St. Nick. We look like Mr. Peanut.
Yeah. Oh, that's a sad look.
Yeah, maybe we should both buy a monocle, though, try to make it work. Fashion's all about confidence.
I was just looking at myself in shorts and thought my legs were real white. Now you brought up the whole Mr. Peanut thing.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a monocle and a top hat.
I think I'm done with shorts for the year already.
Have you ever seen me in shorts?
One time.
When I went to visit you on the lake.
Yep, one time. I still don't think you could swim because you didn't get in the water.
I can swim.
People say that all the time.
No, I can swim.
There you go. I can swim.
I don't know how long I could swim.
Till you don't drown is the most important part.
Right.
I've never thought of swimming of the length of time I could do it.
No, like just paddling.
Okay, so you can doggy paddle.
Yeah, I can doggy paddle.
Okay. You're not a swimmer.
I used to swim a lot. My granddaddy's place. He had a pool.
Lots of doggy paddling?
Yeah, and then like can openers and cannonballs. And
that's not swimming. That's just...
Well, no, and also like I remember, I guess when we were going to Camp Chandler when I was at the Good Time Center, so I did the swimming program. So like breaststroke and I don't even know what that's called.
Freestyle.
Try the different ones.
It's funny you talking about the YMCA. I took their program like 2 years in a row when I was a kid. Their swimming program failed it both times, of course. The next year, I was the fastest swimmer in all of Izmir.
Oh, really? All of Izmir, you were the fastest.
I was the fastest American in Izmir, Turkey, like literally the next year.
That's hilarious. Oh, by the way, we haven't brought this up. Think about swimming and sports in general. You see, again, we didn't mention this. Not only did they expand FISA surveillance, and more money's going out the door, you also had the Biden administration just blow up Title IX.
I saw that. What? How does that even work now?
Sex is now equal to your gender identity.
So let's say
there's no distinction there.
I need a scholarship, and I'm really a lame basketball player. But
you have a penis.
Yeah, but on the female side of things, I can whoop most of them. I just took a scholarship away from them, didn't I?
Of course.
That's so unfair.
No, Riley Gaines has been going around the country making this point that like her boyfriend is a pretty good swimmer, but he's not like. She has better rankings than him. Like she's a championship level female swimmer.
Right.
He's not, but he could beat her every day.
Every day.
All day. Like the same thing happened with Serena and Venus Williams.
Right.
Like if me or you played them, we'd get our ass kicked. But like, but somebody who's trained,
Right.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of women that could whoop us. Like
I'm not arguing that. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Especially like, would you cage fight one of those MMA bros?
Heck no. No.
They'd kill us.
Dude, I barely got a cash machine left. I don't need a big on this cash
machine.
Look at this. This cash
I don't
machine
wanna
can't
look
take
at it.
many more licks, man. No.
Want to go toting around with me? Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Oh, it's bad.
Hey, Crawdad.
Hey, Crawdad.
Y'all went and did it. I'm in here in my tool drawer. I found my parchment paper. Now I'm looking for my little skewers, and I'm thinking it's going to be a ribeye with shrimp. I have to put the scrimps on the stick, so I'm going to surf and turf.
Yes.
Surf and turf,
Great.
and then
So good.
teriyaki and butter and garlic and some onions. Does that sound about right?
It sounds amazing.
I already know what I'm having tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I am having a truffle mushroom pork chop.
Oh, look at you, truffles.
From the Factor Meals. Eddie's laughing, but Eddie, you're
I
the
did
one.
not suggest the truffle anything. Nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with the truffle
Nothing
mushroom?
wrong with that.
Truffle food.
That sounds like a really good meal for a man.
I don't know that I would. I've had Joey. I've had the other mushrooms, but I've not had the truffle.
Truffle's great.
How do I? Oh, I don't want to know how to find the truffle because I know what you'll tell me. What store do you?
Yeah, squeal like a pig. No, actually, they're really hard to find high quality ones. They're very expensive. But there are a lot of places that have truffle oil now. Most of your grocery stores now have this stuff.
My favorite, my favorite is the straw mushrooms. That's what they call them, straw mushrooms. Love those, and they're easier to find because you can just open the can and there they are.
Ah, I like those kind as well.
I'm going to think about you guys this afternoon because this is definitely, Eddie, this is time for putting something on a grill outside.
100%.
I know how to do the fish now. I was listening to you talk about the salmon. I know how to do that, but it's so much easier to stick a bug on a stick and eat it. And, oh, by the way, you guys, this summer, two of the cicadas. Okay?
Yeah.
They're all going to happen simultaneously. Two, what are they called? Broods. Yeah, they call them broods. I'm kind of scared of those things, but supposedly, if a person is paying attention, got there early, you can catch them as they're climbing up out of the dirt on the tree.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All you got to do is grab a hold of them, throw them in the bowl of water real quick, stick them on the stick, and there you go. Bug on a stick.
Those things kind of freak me out, man.
Are you kidding me?
I sound like, I don't like them. They look like aliens. Like when you see the leftover shell exoskeleton.
That's the cool part.
Oh, yeah, it is cool.
Have you ever caught a locust and just hold them in your hand? And let
I don't like it. Like I've done
It's a crazy feeling when they're vibrating in your hand.
I am really tempted. If I do it, I swear, if I do it, I will tell you if they taste more like a shrimp or more like a crawdad.
Okay. I hope for best results with that.
I thought we did not want to eat the bugs,
Yeah.
Eating the bug with the stick.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Crawdad. I really do.
See you, Crawdad.
And we've got Patriots are commenting, saying, I have a possum that comes around to eat leftovers from the stray cats. It's generally active 10 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah, I think that's when this one's coming around at night.
Well, they're nocturnal, right?
Yep.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, this time of year, you see a lot of them inside of the room.
Mm-hmm.
This time.
So you going to stay up one night? You know, possum watch?
Nah. I'm just going to bring my dog over one weekend while we're there and won't have this problem no more.
Mark C. says, I smoked a brisket 14 hours Saturday. Nobody likes a braggart.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Oh, goodness. I'm hungry. No, seriously, I'm ready for that pork chop tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Honestly, those
Factor
meals
are good.
They're better than I thought they'd be.
Mm-hmm.
Very pleasantly surprised.
Thanks for putting me onto those.
No problem.
Should we hit a break?
Let's do that.
All right. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For many years, my team and I have worked diligently to provide our veterans with top-notch service, as it is our honor to serve those who have served us in the armed forces. Madeline and I are certified veteran lending specialists. Nationwide, there are over 22 million veterans that qualify to purchase a home through the VA loan program. Yet less than 2 million of them currently have a VA home loan. Many lenders do not keep up with the ever-changing guidelines and benefits of the VA loan program. They are intimidated by the program, resulting in many veterans not obtaining VA loans. This is unacceptable. The VA home loan program offers service members and veterans with 100% financing. You've already paid your down payment. If you are currently serving or have honorably discharged, we would love an opportunity to discuss how the VA program can serve you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Thank you for your service. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Thompson Tractor is the go-to source for a complete range of the best equipment for your next construction project. Thompson Tractor also has the trusted parts and expert service you've come to expect for more than 65 years, all of which keeps your business up and running so you can focus on the work you do. And now is a great time to get the compact equipment you need, because right now, there's financing starting at 0% for 36 months on any Cat compact equipment, including skid steers and mini excavators. These machines don't sit around for long, but no worries. If it's not here, we can pull from one of our other 16 locations in Alabama and Northwest Florida. And hey, if you're not ready to buy, Thompson Rents is here so you can rent what you need. So visit ThompsonTractor.com for all the details and for the location nearest you. Thompson Tractor and Thompson Rents. We're here for you.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Every Tuesday at Riverwalk Stadium is Tacos and Tall Boys. Get your Taco Tuesday on with $4 chicken or beef tacos and $4 select 16-ounce beers at the Golden Sombrero. It's been 20 years of biscuits, so butter up with us for some Tacos and Tall Boys. That's on Tuesday nights at Riverwalk Stadium. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Break it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by H&H Carpets, where you will find a complete line of Mohawk carpet with exceptionally clean, smart strand fiber. It's always available and ready to be installed. H&H Carpets, across from Walmart on the Atlanta Highway.
Hi, everybody. Our way below normal temperatures continue, at least for now, with improvement later in the week. Clear, cold tonight, jacket weather. Overnight low temperature in the middle 40s. Tomorrow, a little warmer, especially by afternoon. Comfortable, high 77. Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the lower 80s with more sun and mid 80s on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Got a lot of jobs to do this spring? Save now on Kubota's BX23S tractor loader and backhoe combo at Capital Tractor and check off that to-do list. Powering Alabama, Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get on the program. I'm Joey. He's Eddie. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? I'm doing much better now.
You are?
Yeah.
Right. Now, do you want to watch this ad that Gavin Newsom put out there?
I'll watch it again.
Oh, you did already watch it?
I think I saw it on Twitter X this weekend, I think.
Well, I guess folks out there in Radio Land can listen. Or you can join the live stream, Joey Clark Live on YouTube.
That's what I do.
Joey Clark on X. You can watch on Facebook now again, too.
That's right. That's right.
Whether the News Talk Facebook page or just Joey Clark on Facebook.
I like that.
And we're back on the Book of Faces. But, yeah, I'm looking at Gavin Newsom's Twitter account. It says, Alabama's abortion ban has no exceptions for rape or incest. Now Republicans are trying to criminalize young women's travel to receive abortion care. We cannot let them get away with this.
How much money you reckon he got paid to do this? Because he didn't do this out of the goodness of his heart. Always keep that in mind.
Well, you know,
this is a paid.
Well, let's watch. It's a 30-second ad. Let's see what they depict here. So it's like a mother and daughter in the car, and you can already tell from like the look in the rearview mirror that they're disturbed. They're worried.
We're almost there. You're gonna make it.
Incredibly rare.
And then the cop showing up behind them. And I'm going to speed ahead after the sirens. And okay, you've got, looks like a state trooper outfit.
Yep.
Again, we don't have that many state troopers, but what's in...
Travel for reproductive care.
Miss, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle.
Nice southern accent.
Take a pregnancy test.
Stop them by taking action at righttotravel.org. Campaign for Democracy Group is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Isn't that just a little bit over the top there, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, that's just absurd.
So what they're saying is you can't travel while pregnant in Alabama?
No, California's going to tumble into the sea. Seriously, earthquake time.
I'm ready.
Let it happen.
I'm so ready for it.
It's like the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah. And you've got Satan himself leading that state.
So go ahead, Gavin. Keep pumping out bull crap like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think in this state and every state around the union, it would be nice on such a serious issue to, you know, actually discuss it seriously. But this is what we're going to get, folks. Everything is decided by hyperbole and dishonesty. But thank you, Gavin, for putting that out there. You've really convinced the people of Alabama otherwise. 272-9228. Let's go to Eric the dog. Hey, Eric.
Hola.
How you doing?
Man, this is crazy. So cops can pull over and perform abortions on the side of the road, but we can't stop people from coming over the border. This is crazy, man. This is so disingenuous. And you know the sad part? Somebody is going to believe me. This ad is going to work because
fire up their base.
We're just not.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody think. Literally, I have been all over the country, and people literally think. And granted, I'm not a great ambassador for dissuading this, but people literally think people are stupid.
Yep.
Like I said, if I was Joey Clark traveling around, you know, they'd probably be like, "Oh wow, there's a bunch of Renaissance men down there." But they see me and they're like, "Caveman." Mm-hmm.
No, they don't.
Bad.
There are a lot of
Beer's
folks who don't.
good.
They wouldn't think very highly of me either. Because, you got to hew to the particular, liberal orthodoxy in certain parts of the country. A liberalism that's not all that liberal either. Y'all are just authoritarians wearing sheep's clothing.
Maybe they can use that old part of that old ad where they were running. They have that Ron Paul lookalike running that lady off the cliff in the wheelchair.
Sure.
When they were trying to, we can just put a pregnant lady. We can get one of those double buggies like they have for twins. We can put a pregnant lady on one side and an old lady on the other side. No man, though. Misogyny Monday, baby.
Now wait, coming up in November. We've got this, what's going to be national attention. Get ready, folks, for this brand new Alabama Congressional District 2.
Oh, that's right.
Should we start a betting pool on do they run ads about the Klan?
All right. Who's going to take that bet?
Oh, because it's a certain thing?
Guaranteed. Yeah. Guaranteed. Bring out all the old fears and stereotypes.
The sad part is the Democrats going to have to get out their old costumes to do it anymore because they ain't been around a long time. Are not very active anyway. I lived in Georgia a vast majority of my life, and I only ever accidentally happened upon a rally one time that they were holding in Rockmart, which when I lived there in that area was a little podunk nothing town. It was seriously one of those one stoplight towns along Highway 280 or Camp Creek Parkway, whatever it is.
Right.
Anyway. And I only ever happened across that once. And I have lived in the South my entire life except for 2 years. And they make it seem like you get outside of here. I've had literally people ask me when the last time I went to a meeting was, if I knew how I could get them in touch with somebody to be in a meeting. Have you lost your... They think we run around here raiding mama's linen closet, having parties. That's literally... How people picture us.
Yep.
But I don't think, Rube, you don't even know you're stupid.
Yep.
It's sad, man. It's a sad state of affairs, and then after people get to know you, they're like, hey, you guys are pretty smart, for a painter anyway. And hey, Joe, whenever you have a guest on, make sure they're aware of the vocabulary level. That guy you had on last Friday was on like a 13.
Like Jeff Dice?
Well, no, not him. I'm used to him. I've learned him.
Oh, Craig Monger?
No, I like Craig. And not that guy that you hadn't seen, John.
Guy you used to play basketball with.
Oh, Peter St. Onge.
That monetary guy. No, the monetary guy.
JP Cortez.
Yes. Yeah. He's a great guy, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's cool. Yeah, Eric, you'd really like this guy. He's down with the cause.
I did not like him. He was just using some words, and I need to go get my thesaurus. And I've done a lot to
well, if you're going to be an ambassador of the Heart of Dixie, you maybe want to study up, big boy.
Well, don't you know that people from the South don't do nothing but drink beers and think ugly thoughts about other people and get fat and eat moon pies and all these?
Hey, you careful what you say about Dale Earnhardt. All right.
What's wrong with moon pies?
Huh? You want a moon pie? Keep your pants on, too. It's not that kind of pie, you freak. Guys, see how you think. Anyway, Joe, that was a good article this morning, or that you wrote. I guess it's going to come out tomorrow.
It'll come out at 1819.news.com, tomorrow morning.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, man.
It's tough.
We need to start at the house. We need the house to become the most important part of our society, the individual home. And then we need these politicians to go sit their posterior down somewhere and leave us alone. Reasonable people can learn how to disagree about things and still function as a society without feeling like we're trying to be torn apart. And I'm sick of them. If you feel like I do, here's the antidote. No, just kidding. That's funny because that's a rap guy. No?
No.
All right. Y'all not there. I'll work on it. I'm headed to the gym with old Duke there.
All right.
Be working out.
Don't give up on it.
Keep pumping, brother.
Do you know me? I've been a Georgia fan for a long time. You know I don't give up, right?
Of all the things I watched this weekend, there's a new Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
And even though he was like, F your freedom during the pandemic, I'm like, it's still Arnold.
Yeah.
And the first one is like Arnold becoming the world's, Mr. Olympia, becoming the bodybuilder everybody knew. The next episode is about him becoming a movie star when everybody in Hollywood's like, nope.
Remember they told him he can't talk. I mean, everything was against him. Yeah.
Right. And then the last episode is him becoming governor of the state of California.
Interesting.
And it is the guy, love him or hate him, and he certainly made many mistakes in his life. He has something special going on. He said, I've always had the power to envision and make things happen. And when you see the whole story, especially the beginnings he started from, you're like, dadgum. Like, it is kind of it's like a superhero story in a way.
Sure.
If the dude had only known what a camera was, he would have been fine. That way his nanny couldn't have told on him.
He's got
And then, you know, just like,
women.
he's like the modern day Superman, because you remember that comic series where Superman stood up the nanny?
I do not remember that one. Right. But I guarantee it was a better looking nanny.
Jeez. I'm here to pump you up.
Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all.
See you, dog.
272-9228. But did you see it came out at the end of last week? The Biden campaign commissioned it. It's everybody in the Kennedy family saying we're back in Biden.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
RFK Jr.'s brothers, sisters, aunts, uncle.
Oh,
they even go that Biden's the Robert Kennedy of our age.
I was going to say, they take it a little bit further.
Ooh. Just nasty people.
100%.
Like, there are days where I do feel like a mad prophet. Like, bring it on, God. The wrath, bring it on.
That comes getting older, too.
Now.
You'll do it at a red light one day.
Because it's just the hubris of our age.
Yeah.
That I know what's best for everybody.
And they believe it, too. That's what's so sad. They believe it.
Twits.
Even Bill Maher, I think, came out against the NPR the other day. And which, again, not a fan of Bill Maher, but I love to see some infighting. And I'm not a fan of her. And I used to like NPR.
Okay.
Granted, of course, that's all I ever had for the longest time.
Excuse me, before I go back to the phones.
Yeah?
I've got another one of these text messages that are automated. It says, your state GOP record, name Joseph, party GOP, member status expired. Deadline to renew? 1 hour. Click now to renew. I am writing F off a holes. Okay.
You can renew right now. You give me $10. I can take care of that for you. Get you already renewed. I'll get you a confirmation.
You know, and when I see stuff like that, the reason it pisses me off, because you're taking advantage of people.
Yeah, because there are people, and you know them.
Yes.
Ooh.
You're taking advantage of people.
Yep.
Self-government. Let's go to Duke.
What up, Duke?
Hey, Duke.
What's going on, fella?
Oh, another day here in the capital city. How are you doing, bro?
I got hungry, listening to somebody talk about steaks and pork chops and all this different stuff a while ago. And Joey, tell me more about this fancy steak, not steak, but this fancy pork chop you got going here, dude.
Just pork
You're going to be disappointed, Duke.
Huh?
You're going to be disappointed in it, to be honest. It's just a pork chop.
Yeah.
It sounds fancy.
But
at the end of the day, it's 2 minutes in a microwave.
It's a truffle mushroom pork chop. Yeah, you warm up 2 minutes in the microwave.
It sounds crazy.
Because I'm trying to get skinny. No, actually, the macros on it are pretty balanced.
I hadn't even looked. I just assumed they were.
It's more of a plant food type of a pork chop.
No. No, it's actually fresh. It's actually fresh.
Fresh, it's good.
It's
I've been genuinely surprised by these meals.
Me too. Very much so.
This is real hog meat, in other words.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's supposed to be.
Was it raised down in the country or raised somewhere north somewhere? What was it raised? You got this fancy name to it. I don't like that name for some reason.
Like truffle mushroom pork chop?
Are you speaking
aggressive again? It sounds like there with the duck eggs, like an uppity kind of pork chop, so you catch like yourself,
Yeah, and
that's why I go.
I'm
trying to find out now.
You can dog me out about like my duck eggs and my truffle butter and all this stuff. It's like me sipping my cool water. I get it.
I'm trying to see can I afford this kind of hog meat, I want to eat hog and hog sometimes too.
Yeah, I don't know what type of pork it's sourced from. I could look it up.
I hope the pig. Type of pork.
I had to you get you about that a little bit, baby boy. I just messed with you for today, but I don't want to talk politics at all. So I'm not going there.
Good.
How about that?
And the automated
All right.
message came back. You have successfully unsubscribed.
That is good.
Yeah, but the last time I told them that, they did that too.
All right.
Take care, Duke. See you, brother man.
Later. Yeah, I'm just tired of the automated stuff. I really am.
But
just
you
because
must
I
not be-
participate
you must
in the
not be
political
on the Do
system.
not call list. I mean, if you're on the do not call list, you wouldn't be bothered like that.
No, you know what it was? I bought the Vivek shirts.
Yep.
And so they took my information. Thanks, Vivek.
He wasn't selling it. It was his people.
Yeah, well, I still like the shirt.
Me too. I wear it all the time. Very comfortable.
Rebel scum.
It's not like a stiff T-shirt. It's very comfortable.
No, it's a nice
I
T-shirt.
like that fabric.
Hey, let's hit this break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having a job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
I'm Brett Lanham from Benjamin Moore New Look, and we couldn't have imagined how easy, affordable, and flexible advertising on the radio could be. It has been near effortless on our part. You could say our last 2 years have been the best in 10 because of a skyrocketing GDP. I say it's owed to Blue Water Broadcasting and their advertising staff.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the River region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
In Alabama, more than 200,000 of our friends and neighbors are living without health coverage. Often folks can't stay healthy enough to keep their jobs. We need to fix this. Contact Governor Kay Ivey and let her know. Now is the time to close the coverage gap and cover Alabama.
Paid for by the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm Joey. He's Eddie. And on the phone, we got Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Well, I was doing good until I walked out here and realized somebody locked my gate back for some idiotic reason.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and this key don't want to work. Here, you can get that open. I got a new radio amp.
Are you locked in or locked out?
I'm locked out.
Okay.
Yeah. I know who did it. I'm going to get them tomorrow.
Was it David?
Yeah, it wasn't David.
It wasn't David. My money was on David.
No, it was one of my crews. They just pulled in because they got off early today, and I saw him driving off, grinning from ear to ear, and I walk out, and there's a diesel trying to get in the truck's locked. The gate's locked.
Yep,
he got me. Hey, tomorrow I've got to go to the great state of Alabama, Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, God's country.
If you need anything in Auburn, I've got 3 or 4 jobs lined up. We can run by, measure you, free of charge, see what you got, give you some pricing. Next thing you know, you got a job down just that quick because me and Bart are going to be over there most of the day tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So if you're in the Auburn area or you know somebody there, let them know. Prattville Carpet, ready to help you out. They literally will come to you. You said you're bringing samples, right?
Absolutely. I've got to go work on a big project over there. So, it'll be most of the day, and we would love to go and make it even a better day. So if you live in Auburn, Opelika, Tallahassee, somewhere on that side of the state, call us at 285-8117. I'll show up myself. And if it's in this side of the state and you need a measurement, call, because David will be around, Terry and Chad. Any of them can come out and give you a free measurement tomorrow.
Excellent.
Well, again, that number for Prattville Carpet, folks, 285-8117. When you call 285-8117, be sure to tell them that you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with those Joey and Eddie characters.
Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too, buddy.
Sometimes I feel like we're circus animals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Because we're in the fishbowl?
A little bit of that, and also the things we say and who we are.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. These goofballs.
Yeah. Well, it's all in good fun.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah, I get goofy because I don't want to get, homicidal.
It's better to laugh than
But
cry.
I am in Montgomery, so homicidal seems to be the way. Let's go to Sam. Hey, Sam.
What up, Sammy?
Samantha said that you're her favorite circus animal, and she's holding the whip. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call.
What the hell did you just say to me?
I said, Joey, it's always a pleasure.
Okay, all right.
With you on the air.
Yeah, let's move on beyond that.
Oh, man, it's hurting me standing here. I've got the bad nerve up my spine. In all seriousness, I was wondering earlier. It's a leftover from this morning, but here we go. The inmates, the Alabama inmates, are their phones, cell phones, will they have the porn filter turned on?
That's a very valid question.
We know they're getting the phones. Is it helping the situation? But all the men locked up together and women.
I kind of feel like it ain't. Kind of feel like it's probably making things worse.
Okay, that was my attempt at humor. Hey, Joel, we had a holiday over the weekend, and I haven't heard anybody mention it. But yeah, it was Saturday was 420. It was 420 Day.
I thought it was something going around. I could smell it around the Tri-County area here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and even Prattville PD put a post out there.
How do you know what it smells like?
It smells like burning trash.
Like Perpetual Spring?
He went to public school like I did. Know what it smells like.
I went by the teacher's lounge.
I'll buy it. I'll take it. I'll buy it.
Anyway, but oh Lord have mercy. I stand by, boy, stay out of the gas stations, but there's nice shops around if someone needs some therapy. I needed some help with my digestion, and I got it. It works pretty good, but I'm just saying, yesterday was like Halloween. It was adult trick-or-treat, Joey. I went around this one place. They gave me an ugly hat and a handful of their edibles to try out, and I did.
Yeah.
But so it was nice, and I just, loving, caring people. There's good therapy to be had. That's what.
And the legal edibles, just for legal reasons.
Stuff is straight up legal, but
Cool.
it's like anything else. You don't want to be out riding around or anything because you can.
Yeah.
It's not real, but you know what? It's good therapy. So
if it works,
I
that's
have
all
to
that
make
matters.
fun of it. Pardon?
If it works, that's all that matters.
And you know what? It has worked. I'm cutting way back. Man, I swear, Joey, I'm gonna say it one last time. Ozempic, man, that stuff was rough on Sambo.
Yeah, I ain't trying it.
I had to have some help. Yeah, man, there's no need for that. Just diet and exercise, and it makes all the difference. Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. How about
Take care,
that?
Thank you, Sam. Well, let's go to Randall to close
Hey,
out
Randall.
the show. Hey, Randall.
Hello, fellas.
How you doing, bro?
Man, it's sunny in Philadelphia. Is that a lie? Because that might rain in Philadelphia all the time. Anyway, man, the commercial you played earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it paid for by? Do you know?
I don't remember. It's some super PAC group.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it is.
Like the cop literally taps a pregnancy test against the car. It's just like, is this parody?
You know, but you know where this is coming from, though. It's Moorish Americans. And look, I love them to death, man. I got friends. I lived it for as long as I could till I was put in check because I couldn't fool them. It's coming from Moorish, and they believe that
from
that
what?
You should be able to travel Moorish, Moorish American. They believe you should be able to travel and not be and it's a law. You can. The Constitution makes it where you can travel, and you got to go to court and fight it, and nobody does it. They don't want you. You can't just get pulled over and you don't have to show driver license. They teach you all this, and when you learn in Moorish, look, You don't have to have driver's license. You can travel across America, and if you stop, you say you're just traveling. You don't live there. You just driving through, and that's fine. But you have to show up to court. I mean, the way the state's got the law road, because the states supersede, I guess, federal government in that situation. Because I mean, it's the only way that you have that they can make you go to court over that. And I didn't know they were gonna start commercials this quick though, bro. Like, I know this is coming, but you got some more that listen. I mean, he's listening right. Like, one lives in Oak Kingston. I love him to death, man. I went to school with him.
Well, I just looked it up. I mean, what did the sovereign citizen movement have to do with pro-abortion laws being paid for and promoted by the governor of California?
It's not about. They're telling you not to pull over for anything. You can't just stop somebody and ask them to take a pregnancy.
So Gavin Newsom is secretly stumping for the.
Yeah, this is how they get it in there. They don't care about no pregnancy tests. They don't care about killing babies. This is a fight for us to have it here. This is to say that you got the right to travel and not be stopped and just ask any question. This is where it starts at, and it starts with the pregnancy test. But next is going to be driver's license. And I mean, it's part of a political movement to get us some more people fighting against each other. And but this is how it starts. And man, this stinks. Like, it's not nothing to do with the pregnancy test, for real. I mean, on the backside of this is that you can travel without being stopped and ask any question. And this is where it starts at. But I was just saying, I didn't know who was actually paid for it. Like, if you knew exactly without me having to go look it up, but. I mean, I will go. So, I mean, I was just curious if you don't feel that way about it at all.
No, I think you're high right now.
Think I'm high? Maybe so. No, that's a lie. I'm actually headed to the studio, to the radio station. I got Greg. I just left yesterday, man. I just drove down to Florida and circled back up through, Saturday, and I got back yesterday about 10 o'clock. And I bought Greg some tickets for about 5 weeks worth of lottery tickets, and I'm gonna bring to her. So you can look up every Tuesday. So, but no, I promise you, I ain't driving high. I'm just saying I studied this stuff, and this commercial is what it leads to. I promise you. And 1 year from now, you'll look back and be like, dang, it's all started with a pregnancy commercial. Ain't that something?
We'll see.
All right, brother.
See you, Randall.
Let's get out of here.
Hi.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRNU.